Hello and welcome to the third event of the year for the Immortals Progressive Bundle Bash. This is Championship Sunday. This is for all the marbles and also all the other figurative objects these players are playing for. I'm assuming cash prizes, because that's why we're all here. I'm Data Taco. I'll be hosting today. Ken Carmen, aka Kendo Slice, and Chicksa going to be alongside me for today's cast. You guys are going to be covering semifinals and grand finals. Kendo, how you feeling about that?
You know, I feel pretty good. I don't often get to get out of the house on a Sunday. Granted, I'm in the house. This is kind of getting weird already. Oh. But you don't normally get to see me cover one of these finals, getting to do it with two of my favorite people in the world. I couldn't ask for better.
All right. And Chicksa, I mean, I'm assuming it's similar. I mean, you're probably also within a house.
I am indeed within my house, my casting room. This is my safe space, though. I will say it's one of my favorite spots to be in when everything is set up. So it's nice to be here today. I covered Friday, I covered Saturday, I covered now Sunday as well, and I'm excited to see. I literally am getting all the matches possible right here from the booth, so who could have a better seat?
Absolutely. And so for all of you wondering, oh, hey, what really is this? Because you just tuned on in. First of all, you're late, and we do track attendance. So we'll give you a quick little recap, at least for the format. This is the Bundle Bash. This is going to be 16 invited pro players, and they will draft 2 collegiate players, so 32 players in total, to complete their team of 3. It is a snake-style draft, so the order of picks was just all randomized. First pick gets their pick, and then they have to wait until the very last pick, final pick of the round. The 16th also gets the 17th, etc. So after those teams are structured, we threw them into a Swiss-style league play, kind of to figure out our top end, cut off the bottom half. So there's 5 rounds, just like RLCS. You win 3 best of 5s. You're in, you lose 3. Unfortunately, you are out. And then it has whittled itself down into what we are familiar with on Saturday and now into Sunday, the playoffs. It's the 8 top teams that made it through that Swiss play in all best of 7 matches with no timeouts. So we are just going straight for it in a single elimination bracket format. And what they're fighting for, Chicksa, is some decent prizing as well, as you can give a quick overview.
Yeah, cash money. And of course, everyone at this point is already in that 3rd and 4th prize range, but a total of $7,500. Of course, split in just this tournament, but 4 total this year, totaling $30,000. But everyone else who got eliminated yesterday, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, $375. They went home with something. Everyone today playing for that first prize, $2,500. So lots on the line. All these teams, of course, want to enhance what they've already won.
Absolutely. I mean, if you get that $375, $125 per player, not too shabby. That's a decent amount of ramen for all these college players, and that comes in clutch at the end of the day. But you also have to come in clutch to be able to make yourself through, or rather put your team through the gauntlet that is the Swiss stage. Kendo, you were along for that ride, and what was going down here through this massive graphic that you will try to make sense of?
Well, sometimes you get the perfect storm, and I feel like that's what the Swiss stage was for us. 3 of the 4 teams that we are going to get to see today in this semifinals and finals stage were in that upper 2-0 round. They came out screaming with the intensity of, well, an unmatched group of teams. So it doesn't surprise me at all to see the teams that we are getting to see here today, especially with Team Wavy. They look like a complete unit, despite the fact that we had just drafted them 2 days before.
Yeah, it's really miraculous to be able to see these teams be able to go through, because sometimes you see stuff like on the top end, you see Flitz coming through with a decent amount of success, getting through in that 3-0 fashion within their series score for the Swiss stage. And the other teams, you have Frosty, which arguably took the longest possible path they could have in terms of trying to qualify through. They're not going all the way the distance in through the round 5, but having to go to multiple game 5s within those series gets real sweaty. So it can be a difficult time to really cope with all of that. Just like we have to now cope with the present reality. All of our favorite players, I mean, they're slowly leaving us, and now we are left with a playoff bracket. Chixa, quarterfinals were real sweaty. How did it go down?
I mean, we started with a very sweaty Wavy Oath matchup. Oath immediately coming out of the gates, and we were like, Team Wavy, where are you? You dominated, and they came back in full force fashion. Everything was so exciting yesterday. Frosty looked pretty comfortable, and Hockey was doing his thing when it came to him being a beast on the field. He was definitely the most consistent player that we have seen so far in this tournament. Hockey, he couldn't do it all though. And then we moved up higher up in the bracket, and we saw Flitz, who has been by far the most dominant team, our number 1 seed going through. They dropped a single series or game in their series to Team Eris, and which Team Eris blew them out. I think it ended up 7-1. It was a Brazil. We're like, what happened? But that was only a blip in their radar. And of course, Creams, we love his team. They have been dominant as ever. They did not look scared at all at Team 5 Up. So we have an interesting mix mash of our pros that are moving on to today. But every game yesterday, it just had a little bit of a quirk to it.
Yeah, and those quirks do make for interesting matchups indeed, because everything does kind of match up differently in that some teams have some really definitive strengths. I think Cream's coming through is a bit more definitive. I think they were not necessarily struggling, but they really just ran into a wall, because that matchup of Flitz and Creams was something we did see in the Swiss. It did not go Creams' way whatsoever. But outside of that, Creams has kind of been on a crazy streak. In fact, we have a lot of statistical pop-outs, I feel like, from across all these captains and their players, but most notably Team Wavy for a while. Wavy was almost averaging, up until playoffs, 1.8 goals per game. The fact that you're in a lobby of like fellow pros, a bunch of SSLs, and you're nearly getting 2 goals a game, I mean, you want it to win, obviously, but Wavy's like, this is my destiny. I am just going to go straight for the jugular, Kendo.
Yeah, well, 100%. We're looking to work towards that new lobby. Oh, I'm behind the scenes. We've had 3-4 lobbies go down, and it's driving me nuts right now, Taco, as we struggle to get in. But people always ask, what's taking them so long? Well, this is a dilemma at the moment, and I'm visually bemoaning it as we look to another one moving forward. I'm excited, though, Taco, just due in part to the fact that we do have 3 of those 4 teams that were in that 2-0 round. We get a salty run back, which I'll talk about Flitz versus Creams later. But for the most part, what we have seen on the teams that have made it, it's been really good play by the supporting cast. It's not just the captains. And there's been more gel than we would expect.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, I think, Chixa, especially what we were remarking in our cast, is that there's some times where the captain's just doing like everything. And there's an inevitable game, I think, where they just pop off and do everything. But oftentimes, if you have a player that goes quiet for a game or two, it's more or less like the series is not going to go our way. It does not feel like this is destined to be able to advance, especially in that playoffs where you're not only playing another quality team of collegiate and pro players, but you're playing like among the very best to be able to get in those semifinals.
Yeah, I would say the supporting cast of both Frosty and Wavy are some of the strongest that we have seen throughout the entirety of the tournament. Also, interesting enough, our 15th and 16th snake draft pick recipients, so they were both at the end of the draft. So they picked a pick. Really, Wavy didn't have to wait any longer for his second, and Frosty only had to wait 2 picks between Wavy, so he exactly knew what Wavy picked in front of him and then picked his own. So I think it's pretty interesting to note that the end of that snake draft always seems to hold a lot of our teams that are very competitive. Of course, snake draft is the luck of the draw where you go, but we have both of them there easily in that same position with 2 picks that they were really able to understand and know that they would get, and feeling very strong in their supporting cast because of it.
Yeah, I think that's naturally something that you have to kind of draft for the strategy of it all, because I know some teams, for example, when you talk to Flitz, he's someone that feels like he knows a decent amount of these players. He's very good with being able to get into a team that he really trusts in, and naturally, that's why he's that far. But of course, he's that second semifinal. We're trying to focus on the first one we're going to be covering. That is Team Wavy. That is Team Frosty. It is a matchup that we are pretty excited to get into, mainly just because I think we saw Wavy right off the bat and thought that this is a team that could go the distance, and therefore we see Team Frosty. They struggle a little bit, but hey, they're still here. And also, on top of that, they do a great job to knock off Team Hockey, and they're still almost going the distance, but a win is a win is a win, and that's, I think, what everyone needs to focus on. So, of course, I'm curious with our desk here, what are we thinking as we get into the predictions for this one? Chicksa will start at the end and come back to me, going from right to left. How are we feeling about Frosty and Wavy as we look to see who can crown a berth into the grand final?
Yeah, Wavy paired with Curry and Gavilon, Frosty with Frostbite and Profile. We mentioned how strong their supporting casts are, but when it comes to predictions, I've just been so enamored by Wavy's confidence and his ability to captain on the field and be that star, but also work with his teammates. Because of that chemistry that we have seen since day one, since series 1, I'm leaning on Wavy on this one. I think it does go the full length to 7, but Wavy has just been such a dominant force, and he has been a dominant force in chat just as much as well.
He has been a menace in the chat. Kendo, would you agree with that take?
I'm going to agree. Wavy is the squad that I expect to see moving through. Team Frosty and Swiss did have to go through their own fair share of adversity, but what I got to see on the Wavy versus Oath series yesterday was a Wavy squad that got smacked, went down 2-0, and then made adjustments and found itself through the course, and then riddled off 4 straight victories. So that to me is impressive. It's the makings of a championship team, and when you already have the confidence that Wavy came in with, it's going to be tough to beat.
Yes, and for me, I will have to agree. We're going to, unfortunately, give Wavy the worst possible omen, the desk, completely predicting him to win. I think they do it in 6, because I do believe in Frosty's resilience and endurance. He's a crafty player, so are Frostbite and Profile as well in tow. So I think even though it might go the distance, I do think that Wavy has the stats on his side. Definitely a statistical monolith by himself to be able to actually get through all of this and be able to do all this, whereas Frosty feels like they're just crafty. So therefore, if Wavy has been on the warpath on offense, or he's going against 3 Frosty boys, who is going to win? How about a full best of 7 semifinal to find out? Grand final spot in the line. Let's get it going.
Folks, I hope you set your profile for snow, because Team Frosty's on the pitch. They're going up against a Wavy team, Curry and Gavilon, who have been oh so good at supporting their solo mid. Kendo Slice alongside Chicksa. And Chicksa, this one has the makings to go the distance if you ask me, but I think what we're going to see is more of what makes these teams tick.
Absolutely. I mean, I called it going to 7. I really think it does go the distance. Both captains picking so late in the draft. It's really just who had the better team makeup with the amount of players left on the field. I think everyone on the field so phenomenal, each with their own story and their each amount of seniority as well. Just phenomenal players on the pitch, and I'm excited to see what ends up happening. I will note in Frosty's games yesterday, Profile and Frostbite really were the stars of the show, but Wavy, at times, Gavilon and Curry are also very good, but Wavy tends to at times be the one that is on the top each and every time.
I've found that both of these teams are no strangers to dictating the ball to each other, and that's what's so impressive to me. Not quite instant chemistry, but the fact that they've been able to work together to create something that is somewhat special in a smattering of a couple days. So that it's impressive to me, and it tells me that both Wavy and Frosty, as individual professional players, have the ability to make everybody else around them better. It's a quality that you love to see, and you love that they have.
Already, all the rotations, the passing looks so fluid. Frosty one-on-one with Wavy, and you know Wavy, the one-on-one king, will end up winning. Poor Frosty, no boost in net. What can you do against that?
Another perfect example of how good Wavy has been at dictating not only the pace of play, but inciting a little bit of team play. That was a give and go, very purposed, and Wavy comes out on top, taking full advantage of the low boost.
Very just typical Wavy fashion play, and he executes to perfection. I'm waiting for Team Frosty to get their fight back. They have gotten a couple of shots on target that were quite dangerous. Curry and Wavy each with the save, saving both of those attempts early on in this one. But it's been quiet. It's been our usual feeler out moment where both teams have been testing the waters with passing plays, with creativity. The shot off target follow-up comes late. Curry, another goal line save, able to get this one out of the field. No clear just yet. Gavilan will do just that after a couple of misses, and it'll go right on back. Team Wavy looking comfortable, but still, how much longer can they manage the onslaught of shots from Team Frosty?
And that's the thing, it's not even really as much an onslaught as it is just straight consistency. Frostbite, Frosty getting together in the zone, and I do appreciate the fact that they answer back, not quickly per se, but consistently.
It was by no means a panicked play.
No.
They knew to take their time, and that's just the maturity that you have on the field right now. Wavy off the corner doesn't get the touch, and he'll have to go back. Curry, who has been a very consistent upfield presence for Team Wavy, bumping a net, but that may have been an overextension profile. He gets dapped up right in midfield and gets the goal.
Yeah, another great play again by Frosty, creating for the teammates, and it's something that both of these captains have shown us that they can do. It's actually a lot of fun to see them both on the pitch at the same time. They're going to have to outmaneuver one another, just knowing that solo plays aren't going to be the only way they do it. So far, it's Team Frosty with the advantage. Those 2 assists looming large.
The corner. This one saved away, but only at that. Frosty kind of cherry picking that backboard, looking for a couple bumps. He does get a presence on Wavy, and Profile's able to clean up.
And, oh man, that's a weak touch to start all that out, but I appreciate the stick-to-itiveness that we got out of Profile. You take those. I know I had a goal that I scored recently, and it's very much a you take those moment.
Very surprised how consistent Team Frosty really has looked. Maybe an answer here. Wavy's touched just too far in Profile. The 50 on out towards the other end. This one will go across the back wall and cleared out. But Team Wavy not controlling the ball out of their half. They keep being on low boost, having to just throw it out upfield, but they're getting bumped. They're getting jostled around. Frosty trying to do something with his team upfield. They never seem to get out of this consistent offensive zone. They're so good at controlling the box. Granted, still, maybe Curry can control it out of his half, which I've been saying is needed. They see Wavy in midfield. The shot doesn't go on target, and that's a missed opportunity on transition that will not result in a goal for Team Wavy.
Agreed. They kind of needed that one to go through if they wanted a more legitimate, realistic chance to finish this one off within the next 45 seconds, but they have maintained in the offensive zone. Wavy looking to snipe the corner, won't be able to get it there. Curry chance for the ball. Down gets over profile. Wavy is there, but Avalon moves a little bit too far into the corner. They miss out again, 30 seconds.
This one by Curry off target. Wavy low on boost, only able to stall. Profile will beat the back line, and Wavy doing his best just to stall. Controlling here for Wavy, and quickly, just like that, taken away with the challenge by Frostbite. Frosty still on it off the ceiling, trying to get the pinch down. Will not do so, but time has run out. Team Frosty, a very chilling game number 1, but they handle it with such finesse.
I'm going to say this, Jix, if there's one thing that I have gathered about Frosty throughout my time watching this youngster, it's that they're undaunted by just about anything. You want to give the caster's curse against them? Hey, they don't care. They're going to put their best foot forward anyway. That sort of mentality is something you don't see as often, and it's one of the reasons I'm so excited to see a player like Frosty within NA. It doesn't matter what we said. Team Frosty is not going to go down easily. In fact, the fact that they're putting their best foot forward, they're winning the first one, is all the more impressive to me. I will say Team Wavy took control towards the tail end of that game number 1, and it is impressive because we're already seeing the makings of making the adjustments that are necessary. And for Team Wavy, it's just a couple of shots ended up being off. They're going to be back in game 2.
I just really love how selfless Frosty is as a player himself. 2 assists that game, the only assists on the team profile with 2 goals. Frostbite with 1. Frosty 2 saves, the only 2 saves needed for his team as well. It's just I'm so used to majority of the captains we have seen have the highest goals per game, the highest shot count per game. It's not Frosty. He's just such that team player as a captain, and I appreciate watching it so much. You don't need a hero complex in these series as captain to be successful, and Frosty is showing just that. It's no wonder why he has done so well this past season just as a player himself. He's not the one you look at maybe with all of the clippable moments that you'll see on Twitter, but he is just that support that will always be there.
You know, my favorite thing about this series so far is the fact that both of those teams can be put into that box. Wavy, despite the solo play expertise, was also in a very similar scenario. 7 shots to 9 on the previous. Everyone within 1 shot of each other for both teams. In fact, it was a perfect 3-3-3 for Team Frosty in game number 1. It's not something you see very often, but both of these teams are looking to spread the butter. They're trying to at least share the control of the ball, and that to me is extremely impressive in a bundle bash.
Wavy control here. Can't get it past Frostbite. 2 saves already credited to him. Has been doing well on the goal line. Even challenges in the midfield. Great ball possession by Team Frosty. Frostbite going through this one. No touch will come through by Curry, and Wavy can't get to it either. Gavilon quickly contested in the midfield. Frostbite to pick up, Wavy to win, and Frosty in rotation. Exactly where needed to poke it away. This ball has not really crossed the goal line or that midfield line for the side of Team Wavy until now. We'll see how long they can maintain offensive pressure.
One characteristic of that last push was the fact that they waited at times in the midfield, so patient. Not only as individuals, but as a team. Nobody encroaching upon each other's lines, which can be a plague during the bundle bash. It's kind of cool because you have 2 teams playing as teams, and it pays dividends. Gavilon this time.
Curry, what a touch off the wall, and the 50 to boot. Puts it up right where it's needed in front of the goal line for Gavilon to find the finish. Great job. Really, Curry sets up that entire play all by himself in order for Team Wavy to get that goal. Great job. The creativity there, the strengths there. Both these teams have so much confidence to give on the field, and it doesn't look like either one's down. This is such an early part of our series, and we're already seeing the makings of a continued great effort throughout the full potential of 7 games.
Working together to get that ball progressed through the midfield and onward, Team Wavy. Needing the push from Frosty and company. But they haven't been able to sustain as much offense despite the sheer total of shots that they've had through halftime. 6, now 7, and Cavalon, another one with the pinch down.
I distinctly remember a series that they had yesterday where Gavilon was the one with the MVP points. He also had 2 goals in that game, and it was a huge turning point in that series that Team Wavy struggled with at the beginning of it. Gavilon showing the same makings of a phenomenal game, all ready to start, has both the goals in his favor, one from cleanup, this one from his own strength. That's certainly helping them out, and Team Frosty hasn't been able to stop that. They're almost Frosty doing something all by himself. This one, the bounce, read and put out towards the corner. And Team Frosty still struggling, trying to get creative from the air. Profile shot on target. Frosty to follow and puts it on between 3 defenders.
Only reason this ball didn't end up in the net sooner was how well Team Wavy played the ball early. They finally get pushed back into their own net, and you saw it. All 3 members of the defense on the goal line waiting. You see the triple commit. You know there's going to be an open portion of the net, and who else but the captain to push through.
Frosty saving it dangerously on his goal line. Cavalon lurking to find the 50. Now Wavy will have to make his save all by himself. Puts it safely into the corner. Time not on the side of Team Frosty, but they've been able to get more offensive pressure in the later half of this one. Wavy in midfield. Curry, the follow-up, the speed behind it, top shelf shot, and what a way to extend the lead.
Not 100% sure where Curry got the supersonic shot out of a cannon speed, but the placement is what I really would like to talk about. Top shelf, that was borderline unsavable, and credit for Frosty to get that close.
I just wasn't ready for such power behind it. I didn't think a shot would even come out of that potential, but we love the extra goal. We understand having that cushion makes the team feel that much better. They don't have to overextend for plays. They can play it just that much safer. In the remaining 45 seconds, Wavy caught off guard, and now Frostbite comes on through.
You can be patient or you can be careless at times, and this coming out of Wavy, not something that I was expecting. Slight misplay, and because they waited till the last moment to go after it, it ends up being a silver platter dish in the box for Team Frosty. Will they complete the comeback is becoming my question. We're seeing a very contrast difference between Team Wavy facing forward and getting positive challenges, and then the team getting pushed back to their goal line.
Maybe one last push here for Team Frosty. Wavy managing to pick up the boost and get this upfield. Couple seconds left, and Curry comes on through. Actually gets credited with the shot just by clearing that one. Wavy, more pressure in midfield. Holds this one through. Maybe tries to find another shot for the road, but manages to burn all that time. The ball will touch the ground. Gavilon will get the MVP for this game, but Team Wavy, they come back not the most convincing fashion, showing their holes at the end of the game, but still a very well-earned win.
Yeah, I enjoyed the win, to be perfectly honest, but there were definitely striking evidences of deficiencies defensively. So they're going to have to clean it up just a little bit. Team Frosty was nipping at their heels, and it was by Team Wavy's own volition, because multiple times you saw that ball given away. Opportunities just served up. How do you like it? Enjoy.
There were some questionable touches in that one, and that could be why Team Wavy is, of course, struggling a little bit more than what we've seen them in the past. But keep in mind, this is the semifinals. This is our 4 best teams of the tournament. It is not going to be an easy road from here on out. Both teams need to play the best that they can be playing right now. They need to be consistent. They can't get in their own head. And as though I love the confidence, let's not be overconfident. Respect the other team you're up against because they have deserved their path here and their place here. Team Frosty has been showing up. Team Wavy showed up in the last one but struggled in the end. Still, now we've got ourselves a best of 5 from the best of 7, and I'm sure we'll get more of this back and forth banter.
One thing's for sure, both teams looking to team play their way into my heart. I am receptive, very receptive to either one of them taking this series. Yeah, I think Team Wavy is going to get it, but perfectly honest, I'm not sure if that's much more than conjecture on how much confidence Wavy has had throughout. Gonna need to get back some of that confidence after giving away the ball in the last game. And now, struggling to get out of their own zone, but patiently, Team Wavy will bring it up. Curry, lack of boost, doesn't get challenged for quite some time, and it's up to Profile to bring this one back.
This one in front of Dent, very dangerous again as Team Wavy can't seem to control it out of their half. Profile sends it towards the other direction where Gavlon off the sidewall doesn't get the touch. Wavy finds the 50. Curry last back and the shot goes on target, but Frosty managing to be in control. Gavilan, great touch up here. Curry is there, will get the beat. Gavilan looking to get there again. The 50 bouncing back in midfield. Wavy there first. Profile getting the read on the touch, and Frosty looking to clear it out. He'll do just that. A couple extra touches to follow, but nobody in midfield to pick up all the touches that he was managing to make. No one yet just in control, and Frosty the pop back out.
Things are not going the way that they would like so far, but really both teams have been sticking it to each other when it comes down to midfield play. I don't like how long Team Frosty was waiting on that one. They'll get a save for free, but when you wait that long on the goal line, eventually the standoff ends in a goal.
Goals not have come up yet in this one. It's been, oddly enough, a pretty low-scoring series. And
2 shots.
I know. There hasn't been much offensive pressure at all, and those 2 shots only on Wavy's side of the field. It's been a battle in midfield, a battle in the quarters as well. A couple of midfield passes, but they're starting to become predictable. That one there seen, but just off target. Frosty, a little bit of a flick up into the other half, but Gavilan now low boost, able to get it up. Wavy shot, does he find the angle? Bounces off the crossbar and the post, pops on out. Frosty with boost, flip reset here, gets the bump, but Wavy to get the clear.
Times like this, you want to say, hello folks, welcome, we got a real barn burner on our hands, but the problem is it's anything but. A grand total of 4 shots through 3 minutes. I feel like we're watching Big Ten football as Curry is able to get a save across the defenses of both teams in the midfield and in their own defensive box have been immaculate.
I hate that I know that reference all too well, but that is all okay. Still battling it out, 0-0 scoreline. A minute and a half remaining. Things are going to get dicey. This one popping out. A Wavy there first. Profile, last line of defense. Curry up, sends it down, places it bottom right corner, and Team Wavy with the lead.
You can hear it in my voice. I saw this one coming. I'm still surprised by how much spice that one had on it. It all starts with Wavy. Borderline ego on the sidewall to get that out. Not for a solo play, but finds a friend.
Oh my. I told you, Curry has just been an unstoppable offensive force.
I'm sorry to interrupt. No, this is crazy, though. Wavy puts it forward, gets the extra touch off of the demo, and Curry has the audacity to finish the demo, equaling out to a goal because of Frosty's pressure. That's an old goal you don't see every day, and I tell you what, folks, maybe a snapshot play of the day?
No. No.
Oh, come on. That's my vote right there. That's my vote right there. Wavy, Team Wavy, they're out of control. It's a triage of goals in short order.
We interrupt this broadcast to tell you that Team Wavy has now taken a 3-goal lead within 30 seconds. Things have happened. Rocket League has been played. And you know what? There's 55 seconds left. And I don't think Team Frosty can come back from this one. Wait, just wait. Curry has just been way too good.
That is crazy to me how far the turns have tabled. And yes, I know I'm saying it wrong on purpose. 35 seconds to go. Team Frosty, they'd like a little bit of something to go into game number 4 on the right mental train, because at this point, everything has derailed.
My mind has derailed. The play has become unbearable. No, joking. It has been quite. It has been what a way for this game to end, for Team Wavy to come out on top, for the mistakes to be made, for the pressure to happen. We had minutes of gameplay, scoreless, and everything changed just so quickly for Team Wavy. And they were managing to make the most out of opportunities. Look at the save count, though. They denied what Team Frosty continued to pummel onto net. They read it this time. I was saying Team Frosty started to become predictable with the touches they were able to make. And how could you predict what Team Wavy was supposed to be doing in that one?
And I think it was that little X factor that Wavy brought to the entirety of the pitch. The first goal that we were talking about came on the back of a eco challenge on the sidewall. Didn't expect Wavy to be there, but not only was it perfectly executed, they had somebody cherry picking and Curry all the way down the pitch to finish off the pass. That is nuts to me when you consider that 3 days ago, these guys might not have even known each other, let alone played together this well.
Yeah, I mentioned Gavilon yesterday, had his MVP game, kick-started things for Team Wavy. Quiet in this one, but it was the Wavy and Curry show upfield that got things going and managed to just outplay and show off each and every moment at the end of that game. It's crazy how quickly the team shifts to make things happen. You mentioned X Factor. I love that term because I think they did have that little bit of unexpected energy in this one, and it worked out like a charm.
Lily, unexpected energy might be exactly what both of these teams need. Go into gaming number 4. Okay, yeah, we'll just go with it. Gaming number 4. Anyway, everybody.
We're gamers out here.
Yeah, we are gamers out here, and 8 seconds, all it's going to take for a quick answer. That's the sort of mentality changer you need. Frostbite, the carry all the way through. Funny, it's not Frosty specifically doing this, it's the teammates with the pickup.
Impressive. Again, 8-second answer for Profile and the rest of Team Frosty. This is how quickly this series has changed momentum-wise. Now Team Frosty looking to get something going. How did he find that second touch? I will never know. This one out in mid and Wavy to read it well. Profile sending it out. Frosty can't get there first. Wavy trying to set up Gavilon, but instead Curry will pick it up, and this game has gotten back to the back and forth demo by Profile. Frosty in the air. I don't think he got a flip, and he won't find the 50 either in front of Gavilon. This one, Frosty to win it again. He seems very aggressive in the early parts of this one. Definitely the vengeance, the revenge coming through by Frosty. I expect to see something from him shortly.
It won't surprise me if either of these teams decide to be a lot more aggressive. The pace of play already picking up, and it needs to happen. Both teams know Rangers to playing fearless at times, and I go back to being equally impressed with how well Gavilan, Curry, Profile, and Frostbite have played with their captain. They're going to need to be aggressive. They're going to need to break in on some of these challenges because, as Wavy showed us earlier, you have to in order to create offense.
Gavilan, flip reset found, but no boost to follow up on the play. Frosty going up high, doesn't find the secondary touch. That one was certainly ripe for the taking, but for now, he'll have to live with it. Wavy's touch not on target, but Profile low on boost, sending it across. Gavilan to pick up, and Frosty now back. Sends it in midfield, gets the ceiling, flip, and Curry reads him from a mile away. Curry back on it towards the other end. Drop down here, missed by Frostbite. Profile not ready. Curry's touch on target. Frosty coming through to save at the remaining second. Backboard here. Curry still lurking. Finishes yet another play.
Wow, and Frosty was actually in on that. Gavilan's aggression ends up paying dividends as Curry. Brother's first name must be Stephen, because that's twice now. Aerial snipes from downtown, out of nowhere. Randy Orton out here.
Yeah. We get it. We've already mentioned football. Now let's mention basketball.
And wrestling.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to reference a minute, Chick, so you already know this. We're at halftime, and you know what? Things are just heating up as Curry might not be the only thing heating up. Another shot on. Frosty doesn't have the cooldown because Team Wavy is making waves.
Curry just too spicy. What can I say? He has been everywhere. And now Gavilan and Wavy end up getting credited for that play upfield. Gavilan on the assist, Wavy with the finish. They have really just been peppering the net of Team Frosty in this one, and they haven't found an answer to stop it just yet. Frosty has gotten as aggressive as possible, has been making goal line saves as well, but we've seen Profile pretty quiet as well as Frostbite other than that early goal that came from them. Let's see something different. Let's not get the aerial hammer demo here. Curry one-on-one, and Frosty will find it over.
I like the demo on the back end of this play as well. It did not go unnoticed. Credit to Frostbite for taking Wavy completely out of the play because it gave Frosty so much net to work with.
Tied game. Things have just gotten interesting. Team Wavy seems to be getting the more powerful momentum punching plays, but Team Frosty still there and very much present. Huge flick by Profile. Gavilan finding the save, and now back towards the other way. Gavilan applying pressure. Does he still have the touch? Gets the read from the corner, and Team Wavy back on top.
Here we go again, and Gavilan, this is a shot that it goes down in the record books. It's another one on my short list. But Curry on the front end flavors Profile out of the play, completely taking them off.
Wow. It just seems like a punch for punch, blow for blow finish here for Profile. Back and forth will continue to go. Frosty and Profile lighting up the front of the field, and what a way to get there.
We called for the aggression. I didn't expect to watch Rocky 12 going into this match.
Oh
Nobody's even blocking. Where's the defense?
Oh, good question. Well, when you get offensive powerhouse Frosty and offensive powerhouse Wavy, what more did you expect than shots, then finishes, then Frosty standing tall in net for time after time again? You're even getting a what a save out of Curry, because that was quite impressive. Now they continue to go back to even Steven. We reset as we're under the minute. Someone needs to take this game, and it may only take one more goal.
There's part of me that wants to agree with you, but there's also part of me that thinks we'll see 12 more before the end of it.
Funny.
Probably not this time around. Both teams being a little more careful. They understand that one goal might be all it takes. Here comes Frosty, though. Wants to be that one goal. It's down for Profile. Lofted high. Wavy will get it to the side, but Profile gets the dunk in the process. Curry's going to be looking from sidewall to sidewall. Love the patience. It gives Wavy the shot, but just wide as there is only a mere 15 seconds to go.
Just enough time to get one more opportunity. Frostbite misses the sidewall. Touch Wavy. A demo into Profile, and Frosty is left by his lonesome. We'll keep this one down potentially, but Wavy still in control. Finds the 50, but 0 seconds hit the clock, and we see overtime.
We talked about how balanced an offense can be earlier, and it still goes both ways. 3-3-3, the shot count for Team Wavy. Everybody hitting that 33% shot efficiency. Love to see that, the numeric glory. Here comes Wavy, though. Chooses to go for the bump on Frost. He's going to miss everything altogether, but they do maintain the control in the offensive zone. Quickly back to Wavy. That's not going to be the touch, however. Frostbite's got the counter.
Flip reset straight down. Curry able to stall, but it's no wonder Wavy's going for Frosty. Frosty, 5 saves in this one. The only 5 saves for the entire team. He's been holding their defense together, and Wavy and the rest of the team knows you get rid of Frosty, and at this point you get rid of defense. And that's going to be the killer for them if they're going to manage to find those demos. Granted, Frostbite and the rest of Team Frosty giving some demo energy of their own. There'll be a reset here as Curry puts this one up for Gavilan, and Profile able to get in the way. Both teams have been denying some offensive opportunities to start in this overtime. We will see if someone is able to get in front of this ball. Demo here, Frosty ceiling read, double tap won't be found, and the overtime will continue on.
Frosty wants that one back too. That would add that everything, all the makings of making it to your Ponk playlist, folks. It just didn't get the finish. It's right back around for Wavy, who's going to cycle the corner with Gavilan. Dangerous, and Frostbite heads up, getting too far forward. Watch this one more time.
I'll let the play speak for itself. Gavilan being pushed away, recovers again. Keep in mind the shot he had earlier also was pushed through midair, but keeps control of his car, manages to find the ball back again, and Gavilan, another MVP performance. It's switching between Gavilan having pop-off games and Wavy and Curry working together on the offensive side of things to get things going. They are working in such cohesive fashion, and it is so hard for Team Frosty to deny. Frosty, great effort on the saves, 5 himself, but Profile and Frostbite need to lock down the defense on their own as well.
The thing that's starting to worry me, Chicks, you saw on the bottom of that stat line, Frostbite with the 4 demos. Some of those demos were gone out of the way 4. Taking them out of rotation. The balance that we saw out of Team Frosty seemed a little bit upset because they were trying to force tiny bit too hard against the team that brought borderline perfection when it came to balance. We talked earlier about how they were at overtime, 3-3-3 with 3 goals. Like, you don't get much better than that with everyone getting involved. They segmented themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. And if they don't get it back together, this might end in 5.
Team Wavy ending up with 4 4-4 shots.
Yeah.
By the way, they evenly spaced 1 apiece in overtime. Just the effort there. It's been quite perfect to watch. Again, they always have a little bit of a blip in their series. They'll struggle at one point or another, but then they'll adjust and they'll manage to find a way to beat out whatever team they're playing. Wavy demoed before he can get to this one, and that'll deny a shot. Profile taking time. He'll grab this boost. manages to control, flip reset here, bumps out, Curry loses the ball, and Gavilan able to find the save, or at least the clear out. Curry up there with Frosty, the 50. Gavilan will have to find the save, and this one, a very successful defensive stand, and the shot to boot on transition by Wavy to go on through.
Another moment where they find themselves out of position, throwing themselves at a couple of these plays. The defense, it's really the first time I can say either defense looked lackluster.
Yep. It has been Team Frosty still struggling when it comes to either overextending or finding ways to challenge in the midfield to contain their own pressure. Now you have to wonder, can they continue to stop some of the shots that go on through? Gavilan, very threatening. Wavy now to bring more of his own, almost connecting with Curry. Gavilan looking for the finish. Backboard here, finds the secondary touch on the double tap, and you cannot deny the pressure.
Yeah, I mean, they tried at the very least, but Gavilan again with aerial control, and it's going to be something that I'm looking forward to as we get into more of a CRL season, like into the fall. If Gavilan is playing as well as we are seeing right now, oh help. Oh help everyone that goes up against that squad, because this is nigh undefeatable.
Yeah, I think this is some of the best Rocket League I have seen out of Gavilan to begin with. He has always been just a phenomenal, consistent player, but not the one that we see offensively. Granted, a mistake here, Frosty to take advantage, and he'll get one to lessen the pain that they've felt so far.
I just had the realization, Chicks, I think Gavilan for Syracuse might be on a senior year, so this may be like a...
Yep. Yep.
I cry. Well, that's experience, you know? That is a senior's experience showing on the pitch. I just made myself cringe.
Don't get too sad. I'm sure there's a lot more Rocket League in front of us, and you know Frosty well enough that he is looking to continue this series as much as possible. A couple bumps, a Fields backflip from Curry, and Gavilan cannot defend against the consistency of Frosty.
I say, imagine the magnum opus for Gavilan is winning the Immortals Progressive Bundle Bash with Wavy. Extremely impressive team effort, but Gavilan has gone above and beyond the call. Time in and timeout's gonna need to do it again because these two teams are tied 2-2. Just under 2 minutes gone by. So what could be a decisive game, number 5. Profile. They'll manage to control this one out. Frostbite's going for it early. It's got a shot on, but routine save by Gavilan's gonna clear the zone.
Wavy reading the touch, and Frosty to pick it up instead. Frostbite, the clear upfield. Gavilan, lucky enough, managing to find it. Stays on the backboard, gets the same on the shot by Profile as well. Frostbite, back pass to Frosty. He's been undeniable when it comes to upfield shots, but not able to get the angle on the second effort. This one, though, from Profile, he got his protractor out, and you cannot stop that one.
This one took a lot of movement side to side. It's one of the reasons why I encourage teams in the offensive zone, go for touches that make your opponent guess. We saw the dynamic play across and into the corner. That brought all 3 members of Team Wavy far into the corner with the ball. They only had one back, and it was one who was easily defeatable, and Frosty's going to get another one all in the space of a giveaway.
Frosty, again, undeniable upfield, has now a hat trick with 3 goals off of 4 shots total. He has been putting in the legwork to be that top player in this one. I mentioned earlier how it seems like Frosty is quite selfless when it comes to a majority of plays, but he is being selfish at this point to try to pick up his team, to pressure and really bang those shots on forward. they've been having a difficult time scoring. So now Frosty saying, you know what, I can do it all. I can save a 3v1 situation that he was put in, and I can be creative upfield to find shots. Yet another touch by him that will continue to extend this ball upfield.
There are times where it is a good thing to be an excellent team player, to enhance your teammates, and then there are times where it's time to put on the aviators and be the Michael Jordan on the court, or in this case, the Ronaldo on the pitch. And what Frosty has been able to put together in this match has been nothing short of extravagant. 3 goals, 3 saves. There's still a minute to go, and I get the feeling we're going to see even more on-ball Frosty. They look to close this one out.
This one in midfield, Curry to be to it first, has the boost but can't get over profile. Wavy, the pop-up. This one won't go much farther than Gavilan in midfield. Curry now sends it on target. Frosty there, gives profile. Profile trying to get the secondary touch but cannot do so. Frostbite backwards, gets the boost. Profile, quick turn, challenge. This one read by Wavy.
As soon as the hit went down, you could hear the change in my voice. What a read. And this dynamically changes the last 19 seconds. Frostbite in the chat requesting him do it again. Wavy says, "Bet things have just gotten interesting."
I was in fact quite speechless that bar down so well. Don't let anything be forgettable. Wavy, open net double demo by Curry, and Wavy does indeed do it again.
Curry serves up a spicy play and makes things happen for Wavy. Credit to Wavy for having the boost and the gusto to tie things up, but the double demo comes through and ties us up at 4. No! Curry just across to finish it.
That no was like, you know what? Let's not remember the gift. I am just. Oh my goodness, what a series this has been. Just when we thought Team Frosty would pull out another game win, they have not managed to end it here. Team Wavy in position to close out this series if they can do so. 2 unanswered goals in the last 19 seconds of gameplay. How can Team Frosty fight back? Frosty has done everything in his power to keep this game in his hands, and yet Wavy has answered. The confidence! You just know how Wavy is feeling right now. We'll see if they can close it out here.
Oh no, Curry!
They closed it. They closed.
On
they
the recovery.
slammed that door. They slammed that door, Kendo. Slammed it. Shut it down. Bye-bye, Team Frosty. Hello, Team Wavy Grand Finalists.
We talk all the time about, you know, I don't see 3-goal swings in under 30 seconds very often, but hey, you know what? It does happen sometimes. And congratulations, folks. We all get to be a part of this happy little thing that we call Rocket League. Wow. What a set for Team Wavy. And even when you think that they're down, apparently they're up.
I don't know if that's like bad karma for Frostbite saying do it again.
That might have been. It literally might have been.
Like, there's one thing to type it out, and then there's another to receive. Team Wavy, I mean, we had confidence in them to take this series, but again, they blew it wide open at times, and then managed to answer when they were down in the remaining seconds of this one. Outstanding effort by the team. Wavy, the captain, pulls on through when it matters the most. We've talked enough. Let's bring Taco back in. Taco, I need your thoughts. I need your support.
Notes I was watching through, I'm thinking, okay, Frosty, you're definitely going to bring this to 6. Like, we're going to keep going. And I swear, I looked away for 1 second, wrote something down, like, you know, touch the pen to the tongue, just keep going. And then I look back up and it's 4-4. I'm thinking, okay, well, certainly Frost doesn't give up 3 straight in like under a minute. And it just happened. And we talk about Wavy's explosive offense, but I feel like we forget it because that series was a little bit more back and forth. But that's really how it can go. It can just be a clear all the way from the back corner in, and then it just stems into an air dribble straight down the middle, and that counterattack, I mean, it's as smooth as you like to be able to end that OT.
That was the purest of counterattacks. I hate to conjecture it and put it into animation, but Wavy quite literally asked them to hold his phone. He gave Curry the phone. He was on the phone with Flo talking some insurance, and what did Curry do? Curry bought the insurance, apparently, because, wow, what a set of team plays.
It's really shocking to be able to see matches like that, but it's also what happens when, I will say, Frosty going up against one of the best statistical performers individually in Wavy, but also across all the teams. Team Wavy has been putting up really impressive numbers, pretty much top 5 in most offensive categories, including efficiency. They're shooting almost 40%, I believe, from the field, so especially at the top end. So definitely an admirable effort. Chixa, I mean, I want to pay homage to the Team Frosty squad. Why are they the team that almost took Team Wavy a bit further than really other teams?
I think it just came down to the team composition and their ability at times to, like we said, be Frosty being selfless and using both Frostbite and Profile at times to be successful upfield. We saw Frosty have to make huge major steps at the end of the game where he was the one doing everything, but we've seen in the past before that doesn't always work. It felt like Frostbite just felt short at the end of this game. Profile was keeping up offense, but he was becoming predictable, started getting denied. They had the right recipes for success at times. I think they just got a little bit in their head, and at the end they couldn't finalize what was needed to get the job done.
It's hard to be able to stay focused for a whole best of 7 and be able to constantly deal with the pressure of all that. But it's an admirable effort, and I'm sure a 3-4 finish will be great for Team Frosty, at least until next time. We still have one more Bundle Bash a little bit later on this year, I believe in October. But we have to finish out this one first. So everybody, we're going to throw it to a break. We have one semifinal down, and more importantly, one grand finalist that has booked their ticket. It's Team Wavy, a favorite of the broadcast and, of course, people in chat. So to find out who's going to match them there and figure out who's going to be playing into that grand final just a little bit later, it's going to be Team Flit, it's going to be Team Creams. After this break, don't go anywhere. I swear I will never trust your judgment again. Stay tuned.
Okay, when you turn around, you're gonna see someone.
You have a turkey and cheese.
Let's imagine that LL Cool J has a bubble around him. Do we want to be inside?
I'm Keith.
There are some situations that young homeowners turning into their parents just can't handle.
Yep, there he is. There's my nephew. Now, I got a video of him playing piano.
That's not how you take a selfie.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
3, 2, 1.
We don't need a countdown. Just take the picture.
Flicking the ball is a very important fundamental skill within Rocket League. It allows you to quickly move the ball past your opponents at high speed without having to hit the ball with your car moving quickly. There are many ways to flick the ball, and it's useful especially in 1v1 situations. From side flip flicks to the classic musty flick, certain flicks range in different levels of difficulty. Here are the basics to have you flicking the ball in no time. Get the ball on top of your car. You want to be comfortable dribbling and moving with the ball in your car before learning flicks. Make sure that the car and the ball are moving at the same speed. Position the ball on the front third of your car, right around the windshield area, so you can maintain speed without losing the ball. Jump while tilting forward, then do a forward front flip. This will launch the ball off the top of your car in the direction you flip. Once you have the basic forward flicks down, you can begin to learn side flicks and other useful flicks to pass defenders and send the ball downfield. Fake flicks are also very useful to juke defenders in 1v1 situations. The possibilities are endless, which makes the flick one of the most important mechanics in Rocket League. So load up a free play and get to work.
Breaking up all this static. Again, why does it feel so hard to breathe? Why does it feel so hard to breathe? So hard to breathe. Never found, but these voices bring me to my knees. Again, why do you waste your light on me? Again, feeling the ground collapse on me.
So hard it hurts to feel it touch so hard it burns. Isn't something you could learn, it's natural. And I might not feel that for you, but someday you'll find someone who sees you in a crowded room. Sensational. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's the kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry. Every time I dream of you, I see. It's the kind of thing that you can't unsee. I'm sorry.
Hello and welcome back. We are indeed back. I would never lie to you in the chat, and I would never lie that we have some great action coming up, because we already have had some decent action going on. I wanted to go a bit further, but no, Team Wavy is going to be our grand finalist, our first representative of the bracket to be able to get into that grand final. And Team Frosty, I mean, they're putting up a good fight, but ultimately, Chicksa, it just was not enough.
No, it really wasn't. It seemed like Wavy always had the answer. And you know what? Someone taunted him at the end of the game, and they said, do it again. And you know what? Wavy did it again and again and again. And he pulled out 3 goals in unanswered fashion. So, I mean, you got to give it to Wavy, Curry, and Gavilan. I had mentioned Gavilan a little bit throughout that series. We have seen him in the past. He is, I believe, a senior at this point, which we were reminiscing on a little bit. Syracuse, not too far where I went to college. I remember Gavilan since the start of my time in college. So it's really cool to see how he's progressed. He looked fiery on the offense, and Curry already, we know he has the spice in him. And Wavy, it was just pure bliss together on that field as a team.
It's nice to be able to see that. I'm thankful that we have this much talent, both on the collegiate side and also really for the pros, obviously. They're putting on a show. It is fantastic, which is why I'm also thankful for lovely sponsors as well. So I do want to shout out that this whole bundle bash is brought to you by Immortals, but also brought to you by Progressive Insurance. It is very easy to, in fact, bundle your car and renter's insurance. You can to file a Progressive claim at progressive.com. So shout out to them making this all possible and obviously giving us these matches to talk about. But that's the old match. We're not interested in that right now. We are focused on the next one coming up. It is Team Creams. It is Team Flitz. Two teams that actually have had really impressive statistics. Flitz is just efficient in the most goals per game, and Creams himself, I believe, is first in score per game, first in assists, and first in saves. So really a jack of all trades, Kendo, coming into this one.
Yeah, I agree. There is a lot of stats for both these teams, but I think the stat that speaks volumes in this one is that round 3, these two teams went up against each other in the Swiss, and it was a dynamic 3-0 victory for Team Flitz. We've seen Team Creams a decent amount throughout this event, a couple times actually, and what scares me is I don't know that they have shown us they have the ability to overcome a dynamic loss like that or make adjustments when they are that far down. Can they come out screaming in this one? Is going to be my biggest question, because I don't know that they recover if Team Flitz starts out with a 2-0.
Particularly Chixo, I mean, we know how good Team Creams can be. I mean, they're the chicken dish team. It is Sauce, Nando, and Creams. But we also have Flitz, which doesn't really have a cutesy name, but it is Bubs and also Luby, which are a newcomer to the CRL scene in Bubs, but also a very long-time veteran. Basically just an old man. I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing with a massive beard down to his kind of mid-chest level in Luby. What does that make Team Flitz, and why are they so efficient from what you have seen the past couple days?
I think Bubs is just such a firecracker on the field. We had him be the play of the day yesterday, the snapshot play of the day. He had many phenomenal potential snapshot play of the days in the final series that we saw out of Team Flitz. Flitz has always been a consistent and very well-rounded captain, and Luby is also that solid foundation of player. So they have that also recipe, the ingredients per se, even if their names aren't food items, they make a very well-rounded team.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't really synergize it that well. But we'll go back to you, Chixa, because we are actually ready with the lobby. The players have approved it. We have the green light, so therefore we do as well to get into predictions. Flitz has been dominant. Obviously, have the previous win over Team Creams. We've seen good things from Creams. Is it enough for them to be able to take this win over Flitz?
You know, I went back and forth with my predictions. I've been pretty flawless. Almost flawless this tournament so far. Flitz would be the safe prediction pick, but I am going with Creams because I took a deep dive into the series that they got swept by. It was 2 goals, 1 goal, 1 goal. Very close games. Creams had an over 1,000-point game and still lost because of it. It was a blip in their radar. I think he wants to see his teammate in Wavy in grand finals. That's going to be a huge factor for them, and I just don't think Creams loses twice to the same person.
Okay. Kendo, do you have similar sentiments? You brought up the sweep, but Chixas has a different perspective.
Listen, I want to believe in Team Creams. I do. I'm a Jayhawker through and through. Seeing Sauce playing at the level that Sauce has been playing at, and then being desired at that level. Keep in mind, this is the team, the only team that is in that top 3 that is still there. It doesn't happen very often that they pick early and they manage to put themselves through. So they have a little bit of history going against them, but I think they come out, they break through in the early portion only to lose to Team Flitz.
It's a tough one, and I'm also back and forth, Trixie, because I saw that series, that best of, or rather that 3-game series in that sweep, and I did see the same thing. So I do think Team Creams looks dynamic. They've actually beaten a lot of my predictions. I think Flitz takes this only because Bubs was starting to pop off, Luby was scoring a lot of goals, and I would argue Flitz was not the star, and I think that value alone will exceed the fact that Creams is leading in every single statistic. So I'm going to give it to Team Flitz. I think this goes to maybe 6, even 7. I would have to cross my fingers, but other than that, I just know that it's going to be a fantastic semi-final for everyone because, of course, they're playing for grands, for all the money, and obviously for the glory, though. So the 2 highest scoring squads go at it one more time with far greater stakes. Is revenge a dish best served cold? Creams is out to discover just that. Team Flitz, Team Creams fighting for a date with Wavy in the grand finals.
Give me food and give me death. Death by, I mean, the team that has been so unstoppable in Team Flitz. Did I root against them? Yes, because I feel like the major factor behind these two has just been pure perseverance. Team Creams getting a revenge battle with the ones that took them down in round 3 of our Swiss. It's going to be a spicy one. I can tell you that much, and I'm excited to see how everyone's feeling on the field.
I think it's exciting as well, just due in part to the fact you get a little bit of that Kansas, Missouri vibe out of this one, and I just realized that my prediction goes purely against everything that I ever loved and hated. Creams, I criminally underrate you on a regular basis, my friend. Show me something. Take what I believe is going to happen and then run with it. I do believe that this team wins the first game. I think they're going to come out striking. Whether or not they're able to keep that is going to be the difference because Team Flitz is already on the board.
Yeah, Flitz has been undeniable, as we've mentioned, when it comes down to it. Luby, a phenomenal touch to set him up and the finish. This team has been efficient when it comes to Team Flitz. They've been on the top when it comes to assists, when it comes to shots per game, when it comes to goals per game. The leader only being in Creams at times just due to his play style, but the fact is he can't do it all. I'm looking not only at Sauce to be consistent on the field, but also Nando, who has some of the best pop-up moments, and I think at this point has proved he is criminally underrated for being the 3rd last pick in this snake draft.
Sauce is only as good as its consistency, and right now, what we've seen out of Team Creams has been impressive. I definitely feel like Sauce validates the top 3 pick. And validates a lot of the hype that is behind the name. I just need to see more of that consistency, and I need for them as a team to be moving this ball up through the midfield. Nando's going to get a shot on, and they're going to look to continue to keep the press on, but where is the Sauce? Bringing it in through, another set in the middle. They just don't have that 3rd in position yet.
Creams off the ceiling will get it down, but Flitz in position, Nando, with some boost to work with, but another great challenge by Flitz to thwart away a lot of this offensive pressure we're seeing from Team Creams. Nando, great challenge defensively. Creams will decide to go for it first, but a weak touch and Bubs will get in the way. He's also been lighting up the field. I feel like these are 2 of the best second picks in the tournament, and Bubs and Nando. I'm excited to see them continue to duke it out. I expect fireworks soon from somebody on the field. I'm not sure exactly who just yet, but it's going to get hot pretty shortly. Halfway through game number 1, we've seen the beginnings of the teams as they try to cook up something good.
I would say they are 2 of the best performing of those secondary picks. I would argue Gavilon's in that discussion as well for obvious reasons, but what we have seen out of Nando has been crazy, and you throw in Bubs. Bubs, in my opinion, far and away the best performing of the 3rds that we have seen throughout this bundle bash. Here comes Flitz. Bubs is going to get up early, but Sauce is just able to beat them out. I'm sure that there are Missouri Tigers out there crying after that challenge.
Bubs off the corner. Can't do much more than that, and Nando will only clear this out into a Bubs full-on boost, controlling, flip reset, gets over one, but Cream's able to deny on the goal line. He'll get chased, he'll also get bumped away. Where comes the offense from Flitz? Here it is, double tap read in front of net. Luby trying to find the finish, Bubs to come on through though, and that needed to be cleared.
It did need to be cleared, and I am concerned off the bat because Team Creams just seems reluctant to move their press forward. They don't seem on the same page through the first 3.5 minutes, and that is something that is unexpected to me because, in all honesty, the Creams, Sauce, as a team, they've been pretty stinking good.
Fine in game one. I'm not so surprised with Flitz being so dominant to start off this game one. Of course, nerves have to be there. They understand the last time these two faced, it was a sweep in favor of Team Flitz. I hope they get more comfortable as the time goes on. It is game number one. Shake off the nerves because Flitz and the rest of the squad don't look nervous at all. Sauce, this one controlling, gets it underneath. Can't get the pass in midfield though. 90% of the way is Team Creams time and time again, but not finding the finish. This one almost finished for Luby and squad. Granted, Creams pop off in mid. Sauce doesn't find it. Nando, can he slot it in? He does. There's still a chance. 30 seconds left on the clock.
There's still a chance, but this one shouldn't go through like that. A double commit. Flitz and Luby both going for it, and it leaves Nando plenty of room to slot that one home. Probably shouldn't have been the scenario, but here we are, and where we have had a Team Creams squad that's looked disjointed. Is this one crawling toward the line? Luby's able to save it. They just have not had that little bit of extra in the sauce to push it home.
That is the best opportunity other than the one they scored that we've seen from Team Creams. If only that touch was just slightly better, Creams to keep it up, but this one soon to touch the ground. Nando, there it touches. Team Creams almost make the comeback in game one, but Team Flitz win in 2-1 fashion.
They definitely made it as tough as they possibly could, but the cautionary tale is you can't allow the offense that's against you to push as far as Team Flitz was able to get into the zone. The 5 shots that they had on net are borderline criminal because it really was only 2 until 1 minute left. So they got the majority of that offensive push in the last minute. 2-12 on shot count cannot happen no matter what level of the game you are playing, and 12-5 isn't much better.
I was going to say that shot count number is really the biggest show of this game. If you didn't watch it at all, it was Team Flitz that just dominated offensively, had more opportunities, had more touches, continued to make Team Cream seem so discombobulated on the defensive line. They didn't look coordinated. They weren't rotating after challenges. The defensive rotation needs to be a little bit more solid for Team Creams, but their offense did start to light up at the end of the game. I think as long as they get more comfortable in this one, they're going to look better game after game. But you mentioned them going down 2 or 3 games at the beginning of the series won't be a good look, and I agree. I think if Team Creams aren't able to find an answer soon enough when it comes to game score, the series isn't going to look too good for them.
No, it doesn't look too good, and I go a step further than that. They just need to challenge the ball as a unit. Like, not overcommitting, but there needs to be a thought process behind. I am going now. This one is my challenge. Too often, they were content to allow this ball into their defensive third. Those challenges need to start in the mid, and they need to move forward.
We'll see who can move this ball forward. Right now it is Team Creams, but Sauce having difficulty controlling his car. We saw him a little bit wild there and maybe too much in his own head. Luby to clear out. Nando there sends it over to Sauce, who will go up towards that back wall, bumping Bubs, trying to get in the way, but Bubs still manages to find the ball, send it forward. Creams, the pop-ups, Sauce, a demo, but Flitz finds the beat. Can Bubs get the finish? No, doesn't get the read, and Nando skirts this one back upfield.
Ooh, what a catch, though, by Luby to make sure they stop gap pressure that could have been created. Nando, an interesting play into the offensive zone, is going to keep the press, and what a backflip by Creams, but no finish.
Sauce, Nando, both back on their half. Nando trying to control this out, but the challenges are coming fast for Team Flitz. Creams trying to get around, can't do so. Sauce with the challenge, midfield now, sees Nando centrally, but Flitz keeping it close. Creams trying to get back to it, can't find the finish after the first touch. Again, Sauce to set up it in midfield, gets the touch pass, but the backboard so well defended by Team Flitz on every opportunity.
And it is a push once again. I gotta give credit where credit's due. Team Creams have done a great job of bringing the press out into the midfield through this first minutes, and that is what we called for. That is what we asked for. It need to see more of it if they want to continue the upward trajectory. Can't have double commits as Sauce and Creams will break on each other. Bubs, the forward press immediately broken on by Nando, so a much better attenuation from Team Creams is at the very least going to allow them to look functional in game number 2.
Nando, good control, pop over, one shot, quick to it. Flitz is there, Creams flip, reset, but the challenge comes through in front of it. Two quick answers by Team Creams, both denied when it comes to the defense. Creams will set up again, Bubs already quick to it, reads Creams' touch, gets one on the down low, and gets the shot to boot.
I'm letting my own personal biases get in the way here. How are you going to allow that one in, Sauce? How? No, you can't allow a Tiger to score on a Jayhawk. No!
Oh, Kendo. Oh, this series certainly bringing out the best and the worst in us when it comes to it. Flitz playing with the defense, making it look so freaking easy. What a way to get the extra touch here.
You know, I sound disgruntled because I've seen now 5-6 years worth of Kansas versus Missouri through summer series, through back-end play. The two teams play each other often, and this is looking like one of those games, despite the names being transposed, despite it being the Immortals Progressive Bundle Bash. I'm just seeing Team Flitz on the same page and Team Creams Jayhawking.
I feel like Creams in his own head, that is just not a typical play that you'll see out of him. He seems to be chasing the ball at this point. He needs to get back to the Creams that we know, that we've seen before in the past. Just mistakes. That's not what you want to see. Throwing himself at the ball on this play. Reroute, rethink as a team. Sometimes I wish we had timeouts so we could let the teams take a breather. Hopefully we'll see a card change and a quick relief. This one, follow up, Luby able to send it away, still open. Sauce touch, Luby not red, clear out off target. But with 1 minute remaining, Team Creams not having any answers in this one.
I like the control, though, by Sauce as they are working together, trying to flip this one back and forth. Whereas Team Cream started out really well on the shot count, they have been held shotless over the last couple minutes. It's definitely concerning to see, but at least they are getting some pressure in the offensive zone. Cream's up over, but Flitz immediately the pinch back. Wow, what a defense.
Flitz has looked so solid, denying every opportunity that a team could potentially have, and his supporting cast in both Luby and Bubs had continued to also just look so consistent and confident. This shot not on target, and Creams to send it away, but look as the offense continues. Bub from midfield sends it down. This one, Flitz back on it first, reads it well, gets an extra touch, sealing and down. Nando, no! That's the mental that we have in this one.
When it rains, it pours, and boy, do we have a soaker here in Forbidden Temple. It is Team Flitz staying puffed and on top of Team Creams. The irony there, of course, they puff, Marshmallow Man explodes, and never mind.
I don't know what to say there, Kendo. It's fine. It's fine. Mental shot. Game over.
I don't have any mental left to give, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, no. It just, feels bad, man. Kind of moment for Team Creams. This is not their best for anybody. Sauce didn't look good. Nando didn't look good. Creams didn't look good.
Okay, here's my question. This is the way that I will take this, Chicksa. Did they look better than game number 1?
No. They looked
No?
worse.
I would argue
they looked worse.
I would argue that at times, towards the beginning, they looked better. The issue here, though, is despite the adjustments that they made, what better looks we were able to see, granted they weren't able to see them consistently, they still put less shots on in game number 2 than they did in game number 1, which is far and away baffling to me. Did they look better? In my opinion, no. And yes, at the same time. Yes, they were able to look more cohesive. No. That shot count still hasn't improved itself. It's the ball, the challenges coming towards the middle of the pitch rather than back in their own zone where they're all sitting, twiddling their thumbs like Ralph Wiggum at the back of a bus. Ha! They're doing much better than that. But they're still getting dominated.
They looked worse. Creams, like I said, ball chasing, desperate, going after it, throwing himself at the ball. Nando, mistakes just positionally on the car. Sauce, way too quiet, not getting his reads either upfield. They looked so discombobulated and so mentally gone in a series that had only just begun. They need to get back in this game, in this series. Creams is a stat leader for a reason, and he is not going up to his potential right now, unlike the fact of Flitz and Luby. Flitz, consistent as ever. What is that challenge? Not good. What is that read? Not good as well. Creams needs to read that pass as well. Nobody is reading what's right in front of them. Oh,
Rains
man.
and pours, it hasn't stopped, and what Luby's doing at the moment is just continuing to pour it on. Sauce has a chance. It is immediately broken on by Flitz, and I find myself just etching out notes, trying to mentally figure out what needs to change, and I throw my notebook behind me. Why? Because everything needs to change at this point.
I mean, let's not discredit Team Flitz. They are doing everything right. Do I think this game, this series could be so much closer? I do, because I feel like Team Creams is falling short just in potential. Flitz, again, finding ways to continue to be assist leaders. They have done that all series long. They have been at the top of the leaderboard for that. They have been shooting leaders as well. Don't get me wrong. Creams is having a hard time because of how cohesive this team is, which is the word we've been using a lot lately. But it's still, we're hard on Team Creams because what we know they can do is not even coming out a little bit in this series so far.
When Team Creams got to that round 3 of Swiss at 2-0, they looked extremely good. And the teams that found themselves here and have looked superior, in my opinion, Team Flitz and Team Wavy, have been superior mainly just due in part to the fact that that cohesion was looking so good. Team Frosty, another one of them that has shown us that you can do so much as a captain. I am impressed with Creams as an individual player throughout the time that I've been able to watch this guy in back-end stuff, in bubble level stuff, even now at the top in both collegiate as well as pro. Individual prowess is an amazing thing to have, but what we've seen so far through two games is there is a guy who is enhancing their team, and then there's another one who hasn't found that connection yet. Find that connection right here, right now in Game 3. You can switch things around very, very quickly because Creams is a one-of-a-kind player. No sauce, by the way.
A little bit of bias sprinkled in there, but yeah, I do agree with that sentiment. I do think that the struggles are very apparent when it comes down to it. You know what? Maybe it's a breather. Maybe it's a just mental reset. And you know what? We're gonna say in the background, if we're wondering why we're in a quick break, we did have a player DC and crash out of the game right now. So that is why we are in our break. So of course those issues also littering the field, I'm sure, are not helping the mental reset of Team Creams, as it is a player on that side of the pitch.
Yeah, it's getting more and more inconvenient, if you ask me, as they are not having anything go their way. I'm sitting here and I'm writing down just a couple of thought processes that I have on potential comeback opportunities, and it's going to be a lot. The number one thing that must happen for Team Creams is I need cohesion, and it needs to start from the top. Creams, rather than playing the hero ball that we saw a little bit of in Game 2 towards late, needs to look for ways to build up Nando and Sauce. Like, it's definitely tough if there's connection issues that they're dealing with at the same time, but there needs to be something that gives. Otherwise, we're going to end up seeing another one of those series where we just wish that we weren't a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a whole reset. Nando, we know, has made many good plays throughout this tournament so far. He has been quiet in this series so far, just like Bubs has been fiery in that third player pick to round out teams. So looking at Nando to show some of his prowess and his extra skill, looking at Sauce to do just that as well, and I think Creams will need to start passing to them a little more. We saw how successful passes have been to players on the field, just like Curry receives all those passes from Wavy and whatnot. So I think we'll hopefully get an adjustment here with all this extra time. But we'll have the teams test the lobby as we figure out, are we back in the series or if we're not.
Things are looking a little bit rough for Nando on the back end, but we'll digress just a tiny bit. This is definitely going to be a tall order for Team Creams. It's all uphill from here. It's tough go, especially when you're already down by 1 in the lobby, down by 2. So you have everything going against you. You're going to need to put something together, and at that point I'm calling on Sauce, and I've called on Sauce numerous times in the past. Usually when KU has success, Sauce is the guy. It's him. Essentially, I need to see a little more out of Sauce Otherwise, the things go downhill. Even more so than we have already seen.
Well, we have resumed our gameplay at a kickoff. It seems like for now, all our ping issues have been resolved. Kickoff going in favor of Team Flitz. Hopefully everyone was ready, but Luby setting up Flitz well off that flick.
That's not the way you want it to go. One Thanos snap later, you're already down another goal. The lead has doubled. Here comes Sauce. And it looks like they might be losing Nando again. Oh well.
Oh, man. I think this lobby may have broke the entire lobby. It seems like everyone on the server at this point is saying now they're running into issues, but things happen. Rocket League is Rocket League, and we've been discussing a lot. Let's see.
We could look at what's going on in the lobby. They're going to talk it out and figure things out. Chances are we are going to be going to a new lobby here quickly. But at the moment, 2 goals for Team Flitz against 0 from Team Creams. It's been fairly one-sided, 8-1 on the 2.5 game swing. It's something that we don't have very many good things to say about for Team Creams, other than the fact that, hey, at least this long break might give them a chance to recoup the mental, and they can play with a no thought process gone mentality going forward. They might be able to do something special, you know?
I don't know how we're going to go off kickoff at this point. I think it's going to be a little different what we see, hopefully, from Team Creams. I still think Team Flitz is feeling confident. They're understanding. They're doing their thing. I don't know if there's much that you can do to shake them at this point, but I'm ready for the pancake waffles conversation or whatnot.
Ooh,
I'm starting to get
are we having a
hungry.
pancake waffles conversation?
I'm starting to get hungry with all the cream.
So let's talk about the pancakes and waffles discussion, because in the previous pancake and waffles discussion, it was brought up French toast by Bass in the chat, and thank you to Bass from the past for interjecting that day, uninvited, but. So if it becomes a question of French toast, pancakes, waffles, where do you sit, Jigsaw?
I think I still sit with waffles. It's just the texture thing. There's like the crispiness of the waffle and the little divots of syrup. I'm still sitting with waffles, but my 1, 2, 3 would be waffles, French toast, then pancakes.
See, this is where I defer. I am a French toast guy, through and through. There is just something about the combination of eggs as well as toast. The fact that you can make French toast even more spectacular by making the bread thicker. Shout out to Texans and their toast with mild obesity. It's crazy to me how many varieties of French toast you can have. It's not just cinnamon. And those of you who say that, well, for French toast, cinnamon's the difference and you can't actually add cinnamon to waffles or pancakes, get out of here. You can add cinnamon to it. You're just not trying hard enough.
It's like a snickerdoodle pancake.
Exactly.
That's cinnamony.
Have you not had a snickerdoodle pancake?
I
Folks, get it together.
Oh, I mean, we could bring in the conversation then, like cinnamon buns and other breakfast pastries if we're really going out there, but I think...
If we go that direction, cinnamon rolls are better than anything in the world. Like, I will die on that hill.
We didn't bring up crepes either yet. That's
Crepes,
like the,
I mean,
the
crepes
enhanced,
crepes
like,
are
pyramid.
weird though. Crepes are not exactly a dessert. They are or they're borderline a dessert. Like you can put anything in them. Yes, I get it, but crepes are they're different. I don't know that you want to call them a like breakfast entree.
Well, I think we've talked ourselves into a food coma, but that's all okay. We're going to let the teams figure out the server issues that we've been having. You guys, go grab yourselves a snack. Hopefully we did make you a little hungry. No, I was going to say popcorn, but don't do what Kendo did the other day.
No, don't grab popcorn. No, I still haven't cleaned it up.
But we'll catch you guys on the flip side. We're going to a quick break, and we'll be right back with our second semifinal of the night.
Hey, look at this.
What?
Save nearly $750.
With that kind of money, we could fly south.
Except we don't migrate.
No, I'm talking actually fly. Sit back, relax, maybe work on my novel, and I won't forget the little birds out there. Actually, yes, I will.
Wow, money changed you.
Just keeping it real. Do people still say that?
Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds to spend on whatever you dream up.
Rocket League is a great game to play with your friends, but when you're playing alone, you need to be able to quickly communicate with your matched teammates. That's where Quick Chat comes in. Quick chatting is important because it can allow you to quickly and effectively relay what you're doing to your teammates. Ran out of boost? Use Quick Chat. Going up to the left wall? Quick Chat. Teammate missed a routine save? You get the idea. You can use the Quick Chat by pressing the D-pad to display a short list of chat options. You can configure which chat options are bound to which button by going to Settings, Chat, and then View Change Quick Chat. Here, you can set the exact chats you will want to use in-game. Sometimes a well-timed Quick Chat can be the difference between a win or loss. Other times, not so much. Either way, this feature is an important part of the game, especially when queuing alone. So get out there and get chatting.
Need a place to hide. watch you explore. Imperfect visions like I've been here before. Falling faster, I try to ignore. I see you, I see you. I'll let you drag me to hell if you hold my hand. Tell me this is real and it will never end. This is not what I came here to find. Memories show that I'm out of time. See a shadow, don't know if it's mine, but I see you, I see you, I see you, I see you. Waiting for Wondering in this place how I'm gonna spend my time searching open space. So we still come back for more, leaving it behind. Isn't always easy, but how hard we tried. No more, no more. I see you hide. The stars aligned, and we had everything to heal us. No fear, no fight, as we decide to put the distance back between us. Take it away now. Take it away now. Are you letting this go? Take it away now. Take it away now. Are you letting this go? Are you letting this
Well, welcome back, everybody. It has been a long, extended pause, but that is okay. I think both teams are finally ready to get things going. The server gods have thanked us for now, and I thank you for that, servers, as well. 1-0 is what we have decided on for the score line in favor of Team Flitz. And we are in game number 3 of this series. Team Flitz looking to go to match point. Team Creams has been struggling to find any semblance of success against them. Kendo, how are you feeling after our food coma and after all of this?
It's more than just a food combo at this point. We've had quite a adventure getting to this point, but I guess it can be agreed that the lobby itself was the problem towards the tail end. One thing's for sure, the lobby, no issue whatsoever for Team Flitz, as they're going to put it right back to 2-0.
Flitz outplaying Creams on the sidewall. Sauce not able to find the read, and what a finish from Luby. Flitz and Luby have been such a dynamic duo of field for Team Flitz. As for Bubs, he's been a dynamic player in just himself with so many solo plays. This team works so flawlessly together. Team Flitz! Flitz, give it up for another. He was ready to play.
Indeed, both of these teams looking pretty stinking good right now, and by that I mean Cream's team is getting posterized. You end up looking pretty good when you're looking up at the person dunking on you.
That was an outstanding shot by Flitz, Bubs, all of them. They do not look cold at all. They have been managing to continue to outplay and just perform. We mentioned how over a weekend and over a couple days, teams could ebb and flow on how they're feeling. If they're feeling good, feeling not, having a down day, but Team Flitz throughout all of it so far has looked so consistent. And again, even after the pause we have come back, and they still are showing that dominance. They're demoing, they're being creative upfield. Multiple people have scored. It's just impressive, their overall performance.
You definitely don't want to come out as a team that looks segmented, but at this point in time, Team Creams still looking to find the sauce. I don't mean that as a pun. They still have not been able to get everything together. They're still struggling to tally their first shot on net.
The clears, the defense just hasn't been cohesive for the side of Team Creams. You see everyone there, not a solid challenge, not a good clear out. The touches haven't been working, and this game has pretty much already come up to a wrap by the looks of it. Team Flitz comes out strong right after kickoff, and just like that, it seems like it's a long road ahead of Team Creams. Another touch here. Sauce trying to do what he can. Nando up with 0 boost, bumps Flitz. But again, the boost game, everyone on Team Flitz full of it. Cream's the only one with boost on his team and quickly challenged by Flitz himself.
Quick challenge is definitely the way to go, as Team Flitz has done a great job of staying on ball and causing havoc whenever Team Creams have been looking to get through the middle of the pitch. He's going to get a ball on. Flitz does kind of interfere with the opportunity, but Bubs is there to recover. Has the flip reset, doesn't get the second touch, but Luby's there to cover.
The defense just not doing what is needed of them. Sauce, I believe, gets bumped initially, then doesn't have the angle on the way back to put it into his corner, so Luby finds the cleanup. Again, Luby has been one of the best cleanup crew players for the side of Team Flitz. 4 goals, of course, 4 assisted after our pause. The 5th one, I'm sure, was assisted beforehand. This team has been an assist monster when it comes to upfield goals and the offensive attack. You can't ask for more. Even after the pause right now, 11 shots for Team Flitz, not a single one for Team Creams yet.
Not yet, but they're trying at the very least. Only 60 seconds to go, and third swing in this Creams is alarming at this point, but they do have an opportunity. Santo gets the carry in the offensive zone, slows things down so they will get a little bit of retention for this pressure. Sauce, there's a shot on. It's just high, though. They finally tally 1, and I guess you can take that to the bank as solace.
Sauce Nando doing their best to get out of the defensive half. Time has run out, but we mentioned yesterday how 1 goal at the end of a game could make momentum for your team to go into the next, looking for something on the side of Team Creams to get things going. Creams up on this one. Sauce not there. This one deflected away by Nando. A phenomenal touch. Luby put this one down with Sauce, Creams, everyone. We'll just put another in for the road. 6-0 is what game 3 ends up going. And at this point, it's undeniable. Team Flitz is just unstoppable.
Well, it's an interesting way for game number 3 to go. The pause shenanigans aside, at least we can say that it finished. So, I don't know that I have anything good to say, Chicks, after that one.
Analysis out the window.
I hear Taco has some pretty good dinner, but we're not going to bring him back in just yet. We'll ask him about it later.
Yeah, that's food coma, sleep coma, cold coma. I don't know what else to put. Team Flitz. At this point, I'm ready to start talking about grand finals. At this point, are Flitz just unbeatable? I'm just wondering. At this point, Team Flitz has shown such dominance. They're feeling confident. They come out of a break after being initially cold. They light up the field. They pass. They assist. They do everything that they need. How must Wavy feel? Is he trying to avenge his teammate in Creams? Or is he feeling daunted by the task in front of him? Wavy, we know, comes to win. But again, Team Flitz, is it possible?
Anything is possible on a Rocket League pitch, and I apologize for speaking in generalities, but at the same time, that's the mentality Team Creams needs to take at this point in time. It needs to be a full reset. You know you have a tall task in front of you. I do have the confidence that they can potentially do it. The issue is it's not looked good for them so far. They need to show me the signs of the ingredients involved in order to make that sort of a comeback, and a goal within 21 seconds, not a good sign.
I will say though, Wavy is ready for the task ahead in chat. Now we'll show them who's beatable, will never be daunted by Flitz and company. So Wavy's ready for whoever he needs to face. Right now, we want to see that same energy out of Team Creams to not get swept at this point. Since no matter what that stat line for Team Flitz, they've only dropped 1, 2, 3 games, 2 games, I believe 1 in Swiss play and 1 yesterday. They just don't drop games in this tournament so far, and Creams hopefully can give them one to make them downing themselves at this point. Sauce, a good flip. Nando shot up too high, and Creams not enough boost to get there. Everyone on Team Creams boost starved, and they're gonna have to find a way to just have better resources upfield in order to score.
I do like the little workaround that Creams has. They need to capitalize upon it, though. And it feels... I don't even know what to call that anymore. It wasn't a backflip. It was just overcooked. They weren't able to get it out of the oven in time. Great job by Creams to get it into the offensive zone, but no finish feels even worse than the fact that you're down 3-0.
Nando, the quick shot. Bub's able to find the save. Luby upfield. Still does he have the ankle? Nando to take it away. And Bubs in midfield keeps the pressure going. Gets the touch off the backboard. Sauce keeps it close. Creams to his left. Nando in the midfield. Position for success if they can get it there. But Nando just too close. And Bubs has the vision to send it past the defense.
Oh my, there we are yet again, and it's a punishment for overcommittal. You don't like it to go down the way that it has, but at this point in time, it's 11 straight goals for Team Flitz, and they're looking more and more daunting.
Huge clear out again. Team Creams maybe a little desperate, overextending upfield, trying to find a way to score with the time that's left on the clock. Sauce sending it straight to Bubs, who is waiting. He does get bumped. Creams to take it high. Challenged again by Bubs, who has a boost. This has been Bubs' game to shine. 2 goals, 3 of the 5 shots, both of them, of course, assisted as always. A Team Flitz special. Now halfway through this one, Team Creams doing their best to get upfield, but still struggling to get past the defense, and also still double committing when it comes to a lot of these touches. Ooh, Flitz! Flitz!
Oh!
Almost.
Real close, and now Creams has a chance to bring it back in the counterattack. Sauce is there! Shot, scores, and finally, there's something in the sauce.
Give me the cream, and then let's make some sauce. Great pass from Creams to Sauce upfield. They have almost an equal shot count with Team Flitz, and they're showing that pressure. They're showing the chemistry that we know they have. This one, a bump off kickoff. Bubs to be their first one-on-one with Creams. Can Bumps make some magic demoing Creams? But now this ball just off the post and out. Nando able to relieve pressure.
Shot battle is doubled up right now in favor of Flitz, but momentum seems to be on the side of Team Creams in the orange side of the pitch. A miss by Bubs, going to allow a free ball. Nando brings it across, looking for Creams, broken on by Luby very quickly, and I like the fact that it looked like they were trying to find a pass. They just weren't able to get on the same page. It's a step in the right direction, though, Jigsaw.
I do think they've been making the right steps. I'm worried it's a little bit too late in the series to make enough of an impact. Still swarming is Team Flitz. Bubs a hat trick of his own. When it's not Flitz and Luby passing upfield, it's Bubs just continuously applying pressure.
Indeed. Another one tallied for Team Flitz, and they make the single goal. The momentum that was brought by it go away just as quickly. However, I do like the fact we're seeing a lot more fluidity out of Team Creams. We can say at the very least they have something cooking on the stove. I'm just not sure what it is yet. Greaves goes for the very ambitious touch. Blitz left alone on the sauce and gets the bump to end it. Wow.
Blitz's confidence has been unmatched. It's only a power of two powerhouses with Flitz and Wavy definitely coming up at this point. I mean, we've seen miracles happen before, but it's so dominating the force that Flitz is able to bring at this point. Bubs will get this ball in the corner, read by Creams, but this one won't go on in. Another clear out, and right now the clock is the only thing that Team Flitz is facing to get to that grand finals.
Nando, almost a carry through too. Won't be able to finish it off. It's just a ticking away. The block and the livelihood of Team Cream's Bundle Bash number 4. There's only 20 more seconds, and Bubs breaks on again from the midfield. Do they got another clip on them? Not this time around.
Sauce in control, trying to do something in the remaining seconds. I mean, at the least, you could get Snapshot Play of the Day, which is a W in my book. But it seems like it'll be Bubs, Luby, and Flitz maybe putting one more on. This one, a bar, downs, and out. And that is domination like no other. Team Flitz, even throughout it all, managing to stay consistent play as a team. Outstanding performance by Bubs, and still great job by Flitz and Luby to keep on playing. This team continues to assist one another, be creative upfield, use the mechanics, use the bumps, have really great power in their team composition and cohesion. So phenomenal job by Team Flitz.
Going away, I'll give Team Cream's credit. They were finally pushing things together, but as we mentioned, it was a little too late. We're going to bring Taco back in. Definitely a wee bit of shenanigans on that series, but
the wondered about life, came back here, took a shower, be able to dry off, shaved a little bit, and then the series was still on pause. So took a long time to actually get to this point, but I think it was something that we were all expecting. Plus 14 on the goal differential through that series. And even off of pause, it was literally like they were unpaused. It was like they were uncryogenically frozen on Team Flitz. The domination did not have any hiccup. They just looked really, really elite. And that was a fear I did have coming into this one, Chicksa, that Creams was kind of a carry at times. Not that his teammates could not keep up, but Creams felt like he was doing so much, and then after a certain point, he just could not continue that productivity.
Yeah, I just don't think it was their day today. They looked stale when it came to some offensive possessions. They weren't playing as that team. Nando didn't have any pop-off moments. I mean, you're looking at Nando and Bub side to side as the last pick, and Nando didn't do what he needed to do in that position. And then when you compare again the second pitch, Sauce just couldn't come up to Luby when it came to the sides of things. Everyone across the field just didn't have the level of comparison that they needed to.
And granted, if you don't have that, then you're not deserving of a grand final, which we actually do have finally queued up. So we're going to throw you guys to one more brief break, and we'll be back with our final series of the entire weekend for the Bundle Bash, seeing who's going to be taking home that thick grand prize. It is Team Wavy. It is Team Flitz. Don't even consider changing this channel. We'll be right back.
Okay, when you turn around, you're gonna see some more.
You have a turkey and cheese?
Let's imagine that LL Cool J has a bubble around him. Do we want to be
Hey, I'm
inside?
Keith.
There are some situations that young homeowners turning into their parents just can't handle.
Yep, there he is. There's my nephew. Now, I got a video of him playing piano.
That's not how you take a selfie.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
3, 2, 1.
We don't need a countdown. Just take the picture.
Has this ever happened to you? You're rotating back on defense like the disciplined player you are. You just situate yourself in the goal, and the ball's over your head in the back of the net. Wouldn't it be great to get to the top of the net quickly to save those top shelf booms? Well, you can with the squishy save. A squishy save is useful when defending and you either don't have a lot of boost or you find yourself backwards in net with momentum and needing to make that quick save. Popularized by the ex-pro player Squishy Muffins, a player drives into the net, jumps off of the net ceiling, and saves or clears the ball. Here's how it's done. When on defense, drive into the net and onto the ceiling of the goal. Maintaining your momentum, line your car up with where the ball will go, jump off of the ceiling of the goal to hit the ball before it goes into the net. This is a great technique to have in your arsenal and a great way to maintain your momentum in transition defense. Try this next time you're in free play and start stacking saves.
Hello, everybody. It's been a long journey. It's been technically 4 days of Bundle Bash action, including the draft, the Swiss, the playoffs, and now we are finally here. One more best of 7, our grand final, Team Wavy and Team Flit. So we didn't get that TSM matchup at the end, but I'm still happy that we do have quality matches ahead. And I'm also happy that we can even put a tournament like this on in the first place. So shout out to Progressive Insurance, because we are, in fact, sponsored by Immortals and also Progressive Insurance. Protect your home and auto. You can save when you bundle. So you can get a quote at progressive.com. Definitely check them out after or during or maybe even before this broadcast if you were good at planning out your life. But we're good at planning out this broadcast. We have all the drama built up here, Kendo and Jigsaw, because Team Wavy and Team Flitz, arguably the two best teams, both in arguably exceeding and kind of potential playstyles, all this stuff, Jigsaw.
Yeah, I would say they've been dominating in every fashion possible. They've been keeping their series short and simple. I mean, what can you say? Flitz has dropped a total of 2 games throughout this entire tournament. He has just continued to show his team is unmatched. And then when it comes to Wavy, just something about Curry and Gavilon peaking at this point in their performance. This is some of the best Rocket League I've ever seen them play, as well paired with Wavy. It's just pure dominance between the both of them.
It's really spectacular to see, because obviously in the semifinals and even in their quarterfinals, Wavy having a bit of difficulty against Oath, but that is Oath after all. Does pretty well in these events, or really anything collegiate. One thing that I really want to call attention to, Kendo, is the fact that you and I were actually on a call for Wavy's first cast on stream, and we were saying, hey, that actually might be a favorite going forward. And statistically, they're incredible, almost averaging 1 goal per game, having well into the high 300s for average score per game, 2.75 shots, and 34% shooting. The only teams to beat them out statistically in those marks are Team Creams, who's been eliminated, and Team Flitz. So when we're talking about the best, statistically, that really does back up that case.
Yeah, we're definitely getting the two teams that, well, passed the eye check. I know that's a cliche thing to say, but the moment that we saw both of these teams for the first time, we kind of understood, yeah, this group actually kind of ticks all the boxes to what you expect from a Bundle Bash winner. And we got to see Team Wavy right off the bat. Forgive me, Wavy, for the doubt in game number 1, round number 1 of the Swiss. But you know what? You've made me a believer. My predictions, you already know where it's going.
Well, then you might as well kick it off. How you're leaning, I'm assuming, towards what you keep alluding to.
Yeah, I have to go with Wavy at this point. I've already been wrong about it once, and my entire day on Friday was forgettable. If 0-5, at the end of it all, I was going for the memes, and I hit brilliantly at the end of it. This time, we're getting them all right. Give me Wavy. Give me 6 games.
Okay. A 6-game series, I could vibe with that. Chick, so how are you feeling about it?
You know what? if the last series didn't go the way it went, then maybe I would have sided with you, Kendo, and picked Wavy. But the matter of the fact is, Flitz's team just looks so unstoppable. They managed to, again, I'm not going to bring up her break this last time. They paused for what felt like forever, unpaused, and seemingly got better after they should have been cold. You can't deny just that sort of confidence, the consistency they have. I'm a believer in Bubs as well. Give me Team Flitz in 6.
And I think that is a safe bet that I will also go with. Team Flitz looks like they have it locked down. Everybody is hitting doubles or at least near misses. They're following up correctly. It just looks all together. Whereas Team Wavy, I don't think they're nearly as dependent on their captain as other squads, but at times it does look somewhat shaky. I feel like they have that explosive offense. I think this one actually goes all the way to 7, if I'm going to be honest, but I do think Team Flitz does have the ability to actually be able to take this one home. And so if we look at this third bundle bash, I think Team Flitz looking to take it again. He drafts well. He always kind of brags about all of that. So I think this is definitely something that we have a lot of potential for, especially now that we get into our final series of the day. Obviously, our grand finals. One final best of 7. We've had to wait a long time, but it's TSM's most yappening player versus Incorrect Esports Field General. Collegiate superstars in tow, 2 apiece to be able to complete our 2 best teams in this tournament. It's our Bundle Bash grand final.
Wavy and Flitz, Flitz and Wavy, Luffy, Bubs, Curry, and Gavilon. The entire teams have been on Showcase the entire event. And oh, do we have a grand prize for whoever can win this best of 7 series. It's Kendo Slice. It's Chixa. One more time for a decent chunk of that prize.
These 2 teams, undoubtedly the most consistent, the most powerful behind the punch, are 2 teams in the Swiss round to make it in 3. They have just been consistent. In fact, neither has dropped a series yet, of course, unlike the rest of the teams that we may have saw. They have to lose. One of them has to lose at this point. We have to crown a winner, and we were undecided across the desk. Of course, 2 for Flitz, 1 for Wavy. I could have went either way, but the matter of the fact is they have to perform in this last series of 7.
Where's pass from the past, putting their channel points where their mouth is in the chat. Figured I would be equal to the task and stand behind my prediction. I got you, my friend. And I'm hoping that I don't get proved wrong. Let's be perfectly honest. That being said, the thing that I hope for more than anything else is content, and what we have been given by these 2 teams is a magnum opus thereof. So, will we be seeing Wavy on the back foot? And that's my one thought of danger, my one cautionary tale, is if Team Wavy finds themselves essentially reared back into their own defensive third, they may end up being the team on the back foot and on the opposite end of a lot of scoring drives.
Honestly, my eyes are a lot on Bubs and the consistency he has shown as being a dynamic player on the field. He has shown that even though at his younger status, he has been able to outperform at times. But let's not also forget about Curry. This is a solo shot, and he places it top shelf.
We've talked so much about the play of the team, but Curry, as an individual, off the ball, has been far and away my MVP. Gavilon has also been incredible, but they are not here right now without Curry being impeccable. Another shot, this time off the rotation, and it's first blood to Team Wavy. Let the yappening occur.
You know, the Wavy confidence is there. He said it in chat a ton. He's ready to take down who we've said has been unstoppable. Wavy himself, of course, unstoppable in his own. Tons of demo pressure here. The aggression apparent. Curry, another shot top shelf. This one saved by Bubs. The bounce back. Wavy, the shot top right corner. What precision by Team Wavy to start.
I like your word selection, precision, and this is the pinnacle of precision. Not just one, but 2 bars, and fake and bang. That's the way to go.
Oh my goodness. What a way for Team Wavy to be so versatile, upfield, unpredictable, to say the least. They're changing things up, and Team Flitz have not seen this side yet. In fact, we haven't seen Team Flitz really struggle at all. A singular game in our memory that we can really say did not go their way. But yet here they are, now having to fight back down a non-familiar territory that we haven't seen from them. Bubs, the 50, it was on, but it was also off. And now back the other way, Team Wavy bringing more pressure.
I was about to pose the question, are they really struggling? But then I saw Flitz get beat by Wavy towards the tail end of the play and the tail end of our throw there. Yeah, I would say they have a little bit of a struggle bus that they're going through, a spinning of the wheels, as it were. One thing's for sure, this is not the team that they were going up against in the semifinals. This is one that is on ball often and really making them work for it.
I do think they will need to make an adjustment just due to the level up of competition they face. This is the grand finals. This is the 2 best teams in our tournament, and they have been that since the start of playing on Friday. Now they have to show up, show out. Wavy has done that so far in this series, and he's consistently doing it, staying upfield. Gavilan off the corner, gets a couple extra touches. This one rolling. Wavy to 50, straight down. Do we get a finish? Bubs the clear out. Flitz is there, pokes it away. Maybe an offensive opportunity for Team Flitz, but I'm not sure if I like that touch.
No, I don't like it. I think they got in each other's lines for a moment, and now they're missing out on multiple opportunities. Love the quick give to Curry. The clear is pure. Now Flitz striving to get across, ends up giving the ball away. Time is ticking, and another pass. Wavy didn't even expect that one. Afforded more opportunity in the box, and they just waste another 20 seconds.
Gavilan to keep this in the midfield, of course, burning that time to secure themselves a win. Wavy so quick to it. Curry up, gets the flip reset, drop down. Dare I say he gets the angle, but it is touched away. Gavilan off the corner, leaves it to Wavy. Wavy sidewall, big clear for Flitz. Can Bubs get something going in the remaining time? We've seen him light up the field before, but Curry in control to send it away. Another cleared ball, another dissipated opportunity for Team Flitz. They are shut down in game number 1. Team Wavy making a statement to start in the grand finals.
My goodness, and what a statement it was. It is one thing to talk the talk, and I appreciate anyone who is able to talk the talk. I remember back in the day when T-Bates, well, it was T-Bates, and LSU was not consistently beating East teams. He was a whole lot better at being right now than he was back in the day, but let me tell you something special. Wavy has shown us somebody who can talk the talk and walk the walk on a consistent basis, and it's brilliant to see just how well he can do it.
Wavy, again, consistent as ever, dynamic as ever. Curry showing a lot upfield this game. I really appreciated his overall approach to the offensive side of things. One goal, of course, that we saw all of his own, assisting the other one. And Wavy, again, shot counts look good. Gavilan didn't need to impact this game as much as he has in the past, but Gavilan tends to have those moments where he picks up the rest of the team where needed. They really do work off of one another on the field. Now, Team Flitz has to answer. We haven't seen them go down by 2 ever. They've only ever lost a single game in a series, so Team Wavy would make a huge statement if they're able to do it here and now.
And it doesn't have to be now. That's the thing. Like, you get that secondary game, and it could be one game down the road. It's going to be a large shot of momentum, adrenaline, as it were, into the veins. NOS into the fuel system as... Wavy, you can't do that.
Cavalon touching this one towards the corner. Curry missing a touch. Can he get back to it? Does indeed find the 50. Flitz out towards Bubs, but that shot off target. Flitz though on the follow-up, and Curry's there on rotation. Wavy, a bump on Luby. Manages to get this one to Gavilan and back to Wavy instead. I expected a passing play, but Wavy to be left this ball instead. Curry on it, only temporarily. Flitz winning the 50. This one pops up for him. He can't get the pass towards midfield. Luby keeping it up. Flitz to pop. Again, I don't know if I'm liking a lot of these touches by Flitz. Is the extra touch really needed?
What I am liking from that was the amount of patience Team Wavy had. And we could have seen double commits galore. Instead, we had a little bit of a standoff where there was clear communication going on. Bubs almost gets the goal. Wavy, the save on the goal line, and Gavilan to see it out. Another beautiful instance. Is they're going to break this ball out. Does Wavy have the shot? Not quite.
Huge clear by Flitz. Doesn't get over Curry, though. Flitz able to follow up Luby with a demo. Can Flitz drop it down? Wavy instead doing so well defensively. And dare I say, gets the challenge as well. Does Curry find the angle? Pre-jumped that one, but Flitz able to send it away. Not much boost in the tank, and Gavilan to take his time. Lets his team reset. We're seeing a lot of early challenges up on this field, trying to predict each and every team that tends to be comfortable in the air, and maybe a little bit of patience will do the job. As for right now, Flitz holding on, Wavy holding on, we have ourselves a 0 scoreline game.
More patience from Team Wavy, although you can be complacent if you get too patient. Curry has plenty of time. It'll look to bring this through the mid. I'd say that's a solid 50-50 considering it was Flitz on the challenge. This is going to drop down for Wavy. Has an angle to put on this ball, and Gavilan immediately breaks on. I love the amount of balance that we're seeing out of both of these teams. They are being aggressive, but you always seem to have somebody who is ready and on to retreat. The rotation game from both squads, so good.
That problem though, a little bit of double commit between Flitz and Bubs. They'll concede the ball only temporarily. Wavy catching this one back towards the other end, and Luby's still there. Demo by Wavy, and Curry slaps it bottom left from midfield.
Wavy could have gone for this, and it is another instance of being selfless at the most important time. I'm not sure if that's Curry calling Wavy off or Wavy understanding Curry has the better ankle. All I know is it equates to a goal and an early lead in game 2.
Curry's still on it. Again, offensively, has been absolutely on it all series, and Wavy has been backing up the defense. Bubs here, though, has the boost. Triple commit for the save. I'll question it, but they still manage to find themselves out, at least to midfield, and Curry sending it all the way to release that pressure. Team Flitz still unable to find a score. They desperately need to find a way to get towards the back of the net. The shots come through. Flitz on the doink, and Curry finds the save on the goal line.
I am seeing the adjustments being made for Team Flitz, and more physicality is coming through in their game plan. Luby, the shot just wide. That one probably should have been in, but they will shuck the opportunity to the wayside. Another opportunity as Flitz goes high, has the double tap down, and a bump in the front. We'll see it through.
So many shots. Honestly, I'd say the off-target ones unexpected for Team Wavy. They were thinking it was going to be on target, and they throw themselves to try to find the defensive blocks. Not finding contact with the ball, and only takes a couple opportunities. But Team Flitz find their first goal of the series, and also a very important tying goal. Can Flitz do more on his own? Gets the 50 and the challenge. Luby, the boost steal, but Wavy still finds a way to get out.
Oh, and here comes Curry, really the player of the hour. Some of these plays have been extremely influencing, and the best part is it hasn't necessarily been spectacular. spectacular mechanical play. It's been consistency, and Wavy has been there to capitalize.
Bubs, I don't know exactly where he was positioned there in net. Looks like he was kind of going for a squishy save, but needs to be more patient standing back post. That's where that one was slotted. But the positional error on the defensive push leaves them open. Granted, a kickoff goal, potential. Flitz going for the bump, does get contact, but Curry there to find the save and get this cleared upfield. Another shot comes through by Curry. He burned all the time and potential for Team Flitz. Flitz one last opportunity. This one deflected away by Gavilan. Bubs to keep it in. Flitz the doink, and Curry credited with another save. A master class of defense from Curry, as well as all that offensive pressure. Granted, this one hasn't touched the ground yet. I'm surprised we're keeping up 0-second heroics. Granted, Flitz still has boost and control. Gavilan touching the ground. Team Wavy a 2-0 lead in grand finals.
Curry towards the end was really putting the roll in pick and roll, and yeah, that's another basketball reference for you, Chicksa.
I know.
Was there necessarily an actual pick and roll basketball-wise? No, but Curry was literally rolling everywhere in the pitch, going with assists, goals, saves. You had everything that you could possibly ask for Curry, and it's an MVP effort this time around yet again.
They see me rolling. They hate. That's all I can think of. Anyways, Wavy. I can't sing for my life, but Team Wavy, again, Curry playing a masterful gameplay throughout this one. Wavy, I think, still assisting him. Gavilan's been quietly just supporting his team, and it's been fantastic to watch. Just Gavilan be there, not need to step up so far in this series, but I know he's ready to do so. He's on call and waiting. Flitz 1 for 7 on the shots. I want to see the passing plays occur again. We've seen Flitz, Luby, and Bubs be successful due to their high amount of assists per game as a team that we've seen so far, and it just hasn't shown itself up in this series.
Oh, no, it hasn't. But we go to game number 3, and I'm sure that the adjustments are on the way for Team Flitz. They look a little more menacing, in my opinion, in the midfield, and they were getting breaks in on toward the net. One specific miss by Luby, they're going to wish they could have back. But regret does nothing for you. Making adjustments and doing better the next time the opportunity rears its head is what you need to do, and somebody's got to make that save on Gavilan.
Told you, Gavilan lurking, waiting for his opportunity to also shine in this series. A ton of missed calls, though, and missed plays for Team Flitz to start off in our first 21 seconds of gameplay. Everyone had a missed touch at one point or another, and it's not something we've seen out of Team Flitz before. Maybe their consistency has just run out because Wavy, he doesn't need to really touch that one, but he'll make the unexpected play.
Mercy. What a pass by Curry. Can we... I don't often utilize the bundle bash as a method of falling in love with a player, but Curry's just been that guy this final day of the bundle bash the entire way. Watch out for Kennesaw.
What do you mean? I love falling in love with players in Bundle Bash. Sometimes it's my first exposure to them. It's fantastic. We've seen a plethora of players, and this Bundle Bash in particular, their first times or just subs or other people. This is a fantastic statistic for them to give them the opportunity to shine, not on the team that we normally see week after week. This is how they would integrate into a other team, a pro team per se, and this shot by Luby is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, after we called upon Luby, the missed shot in game number 2, that was a banger. So we do get Luby accuracy improved, and now there's a little more lifeline on Team Flitz. They're taking advantage. I need to see them sustain some of the offense and not be as squirrely as they've been with some of those challenges on the back wall.
Bubs only able to clear this one out and back into the possession of Team Wavy. Wavy on this one, keeping it close, sends it down. Not the greatest touch. Gavilan, this one sent past him. Bubs looking for an opportunity. Luby, the shot just off the mark, but Flitz the cleanup. And here's some of the chemistry that we've seen from Team Flitz before rear its head.
Again, though, it's Luby who brings this one to fruition by being at the right place in the right time. And another touch that is extremely accurate. Not necessarily one that needed to be on net, but it was perfect on the unguarded backboard. The awareness and the execution to get that for an easy walk in the park that's taking it home.
Curry looking to go underneath. Does get the pass to Wavy. Curry can't be stopped.
Brother, you just did that to Flitz. It just had a low 50 pinch on Flitz to get it to Wavy. Like, that is nasty.
Wavy to have the understanding to be there to clean up that play. That's a bang play within seconds, executed where it's needed to be. Team Flitz trying to find that comeback energy, but there always seems to be an answer at this point with Team Wavy. Flitz, no boost in the tank, does get the pinch passed, but there won't be much of a follow-up because boost has been a problem in the tank. Luby, the touch, goes straight to Wavy. Quick touch by Bubs to deflect that shot from coming through. Flitz just cuts it off, and you're right, that would have been a passing play in the making. The 50 by Gavilan, though, just too strong. I told you Gavilan can step up just as much when needed.
It took a lot of resources just to keep that Wavy shot from going in, and Gavilan, right place, right time, as well as with the right attenuation, breaks in on the play when it is necessary, challenging the third when two teammates were retreating after an ambitious forecheck. Love to see what we are seeing, and it is incredible to see it on the bundle bash because you don't get this kind of chemistry normally.
Well, I don't know what to call the disaster we just saw in net, but a lot of things happened. And you know what? Everybody crashed that goal line box. Flitz winning out in the end. Another pass from Luby. It's been the two of them back and forth. They've each assisted and scored with one another, the 3 goals this game, but still Team Wavy, the 1-goal lead, being enough of a problem that Team Flitz has to find yet another answer. My concern is Bubs in this game. It's been the Flitz and Luby show, and Bubs right now 36 points, 38 points, and not a single stat recorded on the board.
We know what Curry's impact has been, and even though Curry at the bottom of the leaderboard, 14th Wavy, has had the 2 assists.
I called it.
Called on Bubs.
I called it.
Here, Bubs got something for you.
I was concerned with you, Bubs, and you know what? You not only demo, but you outplay on the goal line. I do indeed call for it, because I want Bubs to step up, make this series that the more interesting, and if Bubs is leveled up and ready to go, we do indeed have ourselves a match.
Commentators for the content. Oh, has this game been a step up in content? Luby's gonna miss out on that one, but you know what? 2 out of 4 ain't bad. Here comes Gavilan. The push through. Might be able to get this on net. Does so fairly well, and a big demo on Flitz means that they're at least afforded the opportunity to counterattack as Luby brings this back mid.
Curry, midfield, uses all the boosts to get to the ball, so can't follow up. Flitz over to Luby. Does Luby fall on it? The 50's made, but one clearly by the other end. Curry reads this one. It's on target. Can Flitz get back to it? He was in the air. No momentum left, and Curry catches them all off guard. Bang.
Oh.
Bang. Bang!
Okay, Wavy, fam, I don't know what you're feeding these kids.
Right.
Okay, stop. We're not doing the food puns right now. That's my shtick. But in all honesty, what Wavy has done, it seems to be like by osmosis being absorbed by Kirby and Gavilan. We saw the pre-jump, the early wall challenge from Wavy in the last series. This series, Curry might have just put them on match point with a brilliant pre-jump. And with 1 second to go, does Luby find pay dirt? Not quite yet. It's still up though. And Luby doing a great job of working it around the corner. Gavilan puts it down.
What a game. 9 total goals scored in that one. It was back and forth. It is probably the best game that we have seen all day today. 10 shots for Team Wavy, 9 for Team Flitz. 1 shot could have been the difference. Saves not to really be found for the high level of shot counts they found. Both teams struggling on the defensive end, but being successful upfield. Team Flitz just didn't have the answers needed to stop the force of Team Wavy clicking on all cylinders.
The crazy thing to me is the fact that these teams have been so close in shot count throughout this series. In fact, there's only 4 the entirety of the series, a 1-shot differential in favor of Team Wavy. Both teams have gotten their licks. They've done so well. They're even complimenting each other in the lobby on some of the shots that are being taken. What is this amazing event?
Honestly, I think a lot of respect between these two teams, which is why we're getting that back and forth. We know Wavy likes to talk the talk, but he understands the players that he's up against deserve that respect. He needs to push in that much more. He needs to encourage his team to be that much better at times, and they've been finding the back and forth needed to challenge the likes of Team Flitz. But yeah, a lot of camaraderie here. They've been undoubtedly the best 2 teams in our tournament, and they understand the success of being as undefeated as they've been so far.
Well, Team Wavy is going to look to be the team, not one of 2, the team that has run the Bundle Bash number 3 of 2024, and they are really running it. Gavilan past 2, Blitz is that last one back and looks for Luby. Not going to be able to find him this time as it's well contested. Curry, another early pre-jump. This might just walk in until Luby gets it across, somehow recovering from the bump.
Luby sending it up to Flitz. Flitz going for the bump. He does find contact on the play, and Team Flitz find first blood in game 4.
Oh, this is a thing of beauty, Blitz! You don't need my words, just enjoy it.
What a shot. What a play. What a make. Just what a call by the entirety of Team Flitz. They're still doing their best. They want that comeback. I don't think we've ever seen a reverse sweep in Bundle Bash before, and that would be certainly something to talk about, but don't discount the likes of Team Wavy, who have been so consistent this series and had the answers when we didn't think they could find one. Wavy now getting through a lot of the defense. Gavilan on the 50 wins it here. Curry to keep it to Gavilan and stay on this one. Puts it center where Wavy is, but Bub's safe to the corner.
I gotta admire what Team Flitz is doing. They're adding even more of that stick-to-itiveness, the demo plays, the bumps, trying to be physical and pave a new road for themselves to keep control of the ball. It's equated to only 2 shots between these 2 teams through the first 2 minutes, and they both come from the team in blue, as they have taken a much better care of the ball.
Ooh. Curry actually gets this one somewhat on target, and Bubs will have to put it away. Granted, Flitz and Bubs, they get tied up near the goal line. All 3 of them need to commit, and Gavilan looking to keep this one up. Can Wavy sneak it in? Flips, though, sending it out. Is anyone back in net? No, Flitz able to go end to end. Overextension by Team Wavy, and Flitz takes advantage.
Borderline uncharacteristic at this point from Team Wavy. They've prided themselves on patience, and they almost put themselves out of this game altogether. You consider that a mere 4 shots is all we've seen approaching halftime. Now 5 as Bubs gets one on, and Curry makes the save.
Ooh. Gavilan sends this one out to Curry. Can't find the connection. Flits him away. Bubs needing to make a big save here, and he does, follow up by Gavilan, and Luby now with the save. No clear yet to be found. Team Flitz holding on the defensive end, and with that clear, they give themselves space. Team Flitz putting on a little bit of a show, and with 2 minutes left, Wavy has yet to find an answer.
But at the same time, you know it's probably going to be Wavy who finds said answer. In the previous series, it was that banger from back wall all the way to the forefront that allowed them to come from behind by 2. And, you know, I wouldn't put it past them again to find something like that in the tank. They're dangerous at all ends of the pitch. I had talked about how crazy the shot circumstances were just in the last minute. They've almost doubled the shot count for the entirety of the game, and the pace of play quickly changing enough to give you whiplash.
Flitz up to it fast, calls off one of his teammates, and that'll leave it upfield. Bubs the pickup, manages to bump away Curry, and now Wavy looking to send it over to Gavilan. Gavilan up first, Luby backboard, can't find the read. Wavy an answer, and 1:10 left, only a 1-goal difference.
The give and goes for this team have been so good. Luby, I feel like, needs to be pressing that forward and trusting that Flitz is on the way back for a third. And they just wait for the challenge to come to them. You can't wait on Wavy because Wavy will make you pay.
Pop up here off the corner. 1 minute remaining. Bubs makes me question myself, but don't tell me that works on out. Bubs to theoretically shoot on his own net. Luby a backwards pass, and Flitz the finish behind the defense.
I don't blame Wavy for going for the gusto. The tie game was right in front of them. Well, he commented on Luby taking their time on the net. This was the polar opposite. Challenging that ball from backward positioning was insane. It was the insanely right thing to do, and now they look to secure an extension of this series off of it, though Gavilan and Wavy might have something to say about it with just under 30 to go.
Gavilan winning the 50, but Flitz there. Wavy winning the 50. Gavilan, the shot! You did say they could connect, and back to a 1-goal game we go.
Oh my, this is so good. This team does not go away.
No.
That is mental to me. Do it again, Wavy. Do it again.
Don't call him. He did it last time. Bubs missing an opportunity. Gavilan pops this up. Curry's there first. Gets it over Flitz. Wavy there. Looking for the touch. Curry not able to send it. Does pick up boost. Trying to not get bumped away. Gavilan to come through. But that 50 will go the ends of the field. Team Flitz take a game. They extend this series further. But they're barely able to squeak by.
Is that considered caster's curse that I said I'd do it again? Like, I need somebody to tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. Did I just curse that? Maybe. Either way, I'm enthralled. I'm enthralled with the gameplay of both of these teams. Even when Wavy's squad loses, it looks like they're doing a great job and with how well they're playing together. I am a little concerned Curry has not had as many shots on net the past 2 games.
Zero
You're
this
seeing
game?
a little
Yeah.
bit of imbalance, and I was only, I think, a couple in the previous game. So the imbalances, like you're going to see a couple of imbalances here or there going game to game. It's notable enough that I'm going to be just a tiny bit alarmed. I'm on Curry watch after how many MVPs we saw.
I mean, having 0 shots in this one, just the 0 astounds me that he's not able to get a single shot on target. There needs to be one. There needs to be a little bit more of an offensive presence. He doesn't get much on his scorecard. That needs to change, or else we're going to continue seeing Team Wavy at times fall a little short. I know Gavilan can step up, but at this point, you're battling 2 teams with 3 members that all step up to full potential. You have to play as a 3 every single time.
Oh, sorry. Speaking of a 3, we go to game 5. That has nothing to do with a 3, but hey, give me a break. I missed my cough button.
You're okay. Oh my.
Thankfully, it wasn't the censor button. Like, that would have been crazy. It's like, caster curses on stream. Hey! Unnecessary censorship.
I just don't know what we're doing. We're losing our minds a little bit here just because this Bundle Bash has certainly been like no other. I'm telling you, if we have another professional draft, I'm hoping to see Flitz back again. I'm hoping to see Wavy back again so desperately. There's very few captains that we've seen had so much dominance in our series thus far. I'm curious to see if we'll continue to see dominance in the future between these two. But for now, we are in the present, not the future. It is grand finals. It is 3-1 in favor of Wavy right now. They are looking to close out this series, and for right now, Flitz is doing their best to stop them.
You know what I would pay to see?
Oh no.
I would love to see perhaps commentators be the captains on this next one.
But then who would
make
cast?
Make it happen. October. We would. But like, give me some of those top end commentators. That way we can make fun of them. Anyway, first goal gonna go to Team Flitz. My personal musings. I'm still recovering from the
I thought you were inquiring you wanted to play, because I mean, I would play. I'd look kind of silly, but I mean that'd be pretty fun.
That's the funny thing. If the commentators were actually playing as captains, we'd all look silly. Except for Taco. Taco is
he's pretty goated. Yeah. Huge shout out to our host in the background that's listening to us talk throughout this masterclass of Team Flitz, providing the comeback we've been asking for. 2-0 to start in the first under 2 minutes of gameplay in Game 5, and they're complimenting each other again, but Team Flitz starting to look dangerous in this series.
Yeah, at the same time, it was a series of unfortunate events for Team Wavy. I had to double check that we weren't doing boomer ball for a second with how fast that ball was traveling from one side to the other. Here comes a shot by Flitz, but it's going to be pushed just wide. Still plenty of time for Team Wavy to bring this one back, but I do agree with your concern. If for Team Flitz, you're starting to feel very confident with what is going down, being up by 2 on Wasteland. Whoa. Wait. That was on the second touch going away?
Sorry.
Bang?
What happened? Dying. Death.
Don't mock me!
Not my point, but actually great bit on my part. Subconsciously. What just happened? I do not know. You know, Curry, you just do your thing, because that's the first time we've seen Curry score and actually have a shot in a little bit of time now, and it ends up being a goal. So you know what? You ball hard, Curry, and let's see more ball action. This is indeed car ball.
Yeah, we're getting a little loosey-goosey in the booth, but you know what? So is Team Wavy, and it's paying dividends. Pub's going to get out across this ball in the midfield. Curry again. able to slow things down. If there is one thing that looks uncharacteristic from Team Wavy, it's the fact that they seem like they're forcing things just a little bit more. I really enjoyed just how much patience they've been able to show through most of this series and most of the time that we've seen them in the previous series. They have allowed the game to come to them. Weren't necessarily forcing things. And now, because of the situations that they've put themselves in the hole for, they seem like they're playing just a little bit different, a little squirrely.
Yeah, I think everyone's mind's a little bit toasted at this point. We're getting a team that, keep in mind, Team Wavy hasn't played since the very early portion of the night, and Team Flitz came from a very on and off series that they had to play and are now mounting this comeback. In 50 seconds, they're doing their best to stay in it. Wavy has had some answers in this one, but still, other than that very interesting shot, what we'll say, they haven't been really putting on any other shots that have been as dangerous as the past. Where's Gavilon? Where's Curry? Where's Wavy doing something we unexpect?
We haven't seen too much of the unexpected, but we are seeing brilliant passes, and Luby is there with the save. Do they have a second go around? Curry not able to get up in time. That's 2 chances gone by the wayside, but Ademo's going to allow a third. Shot on scores! Wavy finds the comeback.
What a way for Gavilon. I think that might have been in, but nonetheless, finding Wavy and managing to put that one on in. They pepper the net with opportunities. Curry not initially finding it. The pass way too powerful, but they're patient. They let the defense be discombobulated, and Gavilon making the most important save of this one. We'll see if they can continue to shut this one out, because we may just be seeing overtime in this series.
Yes, indeed. Are you not entertained, chat? One more with extra time, a chance to extend if you're Team Flitz, and a chance to bring home the bacon if you are Team Wavy. In a little bit of a retreat off of the kickoff. Let's spread themselves out, though, and Bubs is going to have to go to the backboard swiftly to allow Curry. Breaks in. High lofted touch. Bubs able to follow. This one going to be another one off the unguarded backboard. Waving the shot will miss. Flitz comes across at the last second.
What? What a save! I cracked my voice in the pure disbelief of that happening. I thought that was it. I thought that was our series. But Flitz manages to extend it further. Granted, Team Wavy still on the attack. Gavilon out to Curry and Luby. Another fantastic save. Right now, they keep denying. Bubs on the 50. Flitz is there, gets it around Curry, but can't get it around Wavy. Curry up high. Luby there first with 0 boost to send it away. An extra touch by Gavilon. Team Wavy feeling the pressure early on, but the defense has been holding.
I talked about how what has Wavy been feeding the team, and gameplay being brought on by osmosis. I can say the same about Luby on the goal line in comparison to Flitz. Both have looked like an unstoppable combination for quite some time, but we're seeing a masterclass that has not only got us in overtime, but has kept the overtime going, although they're floundering in their own box, brought out by Bubs, and they will get the clear.
Bubs picks up boost. Flitz waiting on Wavy's touch, and they leave him with space. Wavy looking to set up Curry, but does get 50. Gavilon, 50 not won by him, but nobody to follow up the touch. Lots of room and space is Team Flitz giving. They're going to keep getting shot on because of it. Wavy, though, bumped a little bit here in the corner, gets back to it, gets an unexpected touchdown, but nobody there for Team Wavy to commit. It's almost like they're afraid. They don't want to overextend because Team Flitz has managed to catch them off guard at times before. Wavy, no touch here. Huge, booming, clear upfield. Flitz, no touch, leaves it away in the 50 by Gavilon. Good.
I don't think it's fear. I think it's a return to the patience. They went for a calculated fake and might get another one as Curry pushes across. This is a chance on Gavilon. Shot on, scores! It is a champion finish, and Gavilon pushes through.
Phenomenal play, and it comes off of the fake yet again. Fakes all around, but Team Wavy comes on top. Gavilon slots that where it needs to be. Team Wavy winning in 4-1 fashion in grand finals against a Flitz team who had only lost 2 games up to that point. Flitz that game, 7 shots, really did his best to push the team forward, but Bubs a quiet game again. Luby doing his best on the goal line, but the matter of the fact was Team Wavy had the pressure. They had the offensive prowess, and you know what? They also had that vengeance in them against the Team Creams matchup. I know Wavy was thinking about it. He talked the talk, and he also walked the walk.
Yeah, 100%, but wow. 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 You know what? That's the sort of thing that we don't get enough of in Rocket League, in my opinion, and it's hats off. Take it off if I had one on to Wavy for exactly that. We don't get a presentation of banter, a presentation of cockiness, and then see it all the way through to a championship. Throw on top of that, Curry and Gavilon both shined, and I think it was just as much the enabling of Wavy as it was these two are actually mental at what they do. Like, this was a team, and I was happy to get to see them. Whether they're in the first series of round 1, I'm more than happy to see them win it all out.
Yeah, they were our first and last showing, and it was good ones for sure. But we've talked a lot about the series. We've in fact talked a lot today. 3 series straight, 2 fantastic semifinals, and a grand finals. Congrats to Team Wavy again. Let's bring back Taco. Let's get his thoughts, and let's wrap up the end of this Bundle Bash.
I ended up playing both sides so I could come out on top. I predicted Team Flitz, and I saw the comeback potential in the end, but I actually did put, just because the odds, 5k channel points on Wavy to win that, just because I wanted to see what would happen. I could see either way, but my goodness, Team Wavy, after a while, they just turned it on and did not turn it off. You saw Flitz. I feel like that Wasteland game, you could see the slow erosion in the back half of that game, even pulling out some insane saves to keep the overtime awake. But as you guys mentioned, I think we saw the potential from Team Wavy on stream much earlier on. The team, you can't really stop them. For the first Bundle Bash event for Wavy as a captain, certainly showing that he's here to stay, and in the words of Bass in the past, a winning weekend tournaments outside of RLCS and Wavy. Name a better duo.
It really is amazing to see, and I hats off, clap my hands, whatever I got to do. I'm glad that I was corrected. From series number 1, predicting wrong, I shouldn't have disrespected. My bad, I didn't know your game, but this time around, bringing home the bacon. Good job, Wavy. I do agree. There was a little bit of a fall off towards the end from the team play of Team Flitz. There was a very hard carry where Flitz took probably about 80% of the offense in the last 2 games. That can't happen, and you saw the results of it happening. Yeah, they were really close to winning 2 games in a row, but they also became more and more predictable and got ground down by a team acting as a team.
And in drafting, obviously, in this team, because talking about the format, we did have this awkward moment that was actually pointed out to me a little bit later on, that Flitz had the earlier pick than Wavy, and he could have picked his teammate on Kennesaw Curry and then end up not doing that, only for Wavy to eventually pick him and then beat him with his own teammate. Chicks, I mean, you talk about how everyone came together. I mean, Curry and Gavilon had plenty of highlight reel moments, and I agree with Kendo that just overall, every single person was playing at peak potential for pretty much 3 days straight.
Yeah, Curry did a phenomenal job as a player, as an offensive force. He made so many fantastic challenges and 50s upfield. He just seemed to be assisting Wavy time after time again due to his challenges and his plays upfield. And then Gavilan swooped on in when was needed. He was quiet when he needed to be quiet and the other two players were shining. And then when he needed to step up, he did just that. He got things going. He finished it off in overtime. We mentioned this may be the last that we see of him. It's a really fantastic end to Gavilan's career, if so. If not, I hope to see more of Gavilan, since he has been one of the best players, in my opinion, when it comes to his growth over time in the collegiate scene. Again, I remember him as a freshman, and now seeing him at the end of his career, no matter what, even if it's close to the end, the growth is there defensively and offensively.
Yes, and everyone needed to step up, so of course that is why we congratulate Team Wavy, champion of Event 3 for 2024 for the Immortals Progressive Bundle Bash. We'll take a look back at the bracket just to see how the playoffs have transpired here, both on Saturday and Sunday. Quarterfinals were happening yesterday, and we see a lot of 4-1s and then occasionally the 4-2 on the lower side. That pattern did not continue into Championship Sunday. Both of our lovely casters have been kind of a breezier day. 4-0 in the top end with Flitz and Creams, Wavy and Frosty with a 4-1, and then finally thought we could get it back and forth. Really did anticipate that Wasteland game going a bit further, but no, it'll be another 4-1, which crowns Wavy as a team that probably the earliest calmed favorite I've ever heard, with Kendo first round of Swiss saying, I think Wavy might just go all the way and win this thing. So again, congrats to him. And of course, we also have to congratulate our peak of the day, otherwise known as our snapshot play of the day. Kendo, I mean, you guys were in the booth for this one, and it was certainly one of the more disgusting angles that we've seen all weekend.
Yes, indeed it was. Redemption cometh nigh, as doth Booby. After a little bit of a shank on a previous chance, this one gained the ire and the congratulatory messages from both teammates as well as foe. Not everybody got to see it, but wow, the entire lobby went crazy for this angle.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that as an opponent, you typically don't say anything in text chat outside of before game, talking back and forth, having some banter, but that's one of those things where you start hearing the ping saying, okay, wow, nice shot. I have to respect that. I mean, it's disgusting. Unfortunately, it didn't really turn the tides. We saw some highlights in terms of saves as well in that Wasteland game, so I will say Team Flitz had to bring it all. I will hopefully see them more and more in future Bundle Bash events, because unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here for the Immortals Progressive Bundle Bash. I mean, Kendo and Chixa, it's been lovely to have you on the desk and obviously on the mics for all of these series. To give you guys a chance to say goodbye to these lovely people before we let them all go. Chixa, we'll start in the end with you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me for another Bundle Bash. Crazy amount of time and just growth and competition that we've seen since the beginning of our Bundle Bash lore. Congratulations, of course, to all of our players that won today, that competed, that got prize pool, or even thank you to the players for the first time for coming out in the scene. We saw Wavy the first time being a captain. We saw a lot of new, I believe this was probably Bub's first time playing in Bundle Bash. We've seen a whole lot much more talent, so appreciate the players, and of course, Immortals Progressive and everyone for putting this on again. I cannot wait for what is to come in the future.
And one of my favorite things about commentary is there are times where I get to play the antagonist. There are times where I get to play the person who is completely wrong, and I will do that on purpose. I had all of Northwood unfollow me a couple years ago because I predicted against them on the guise of everybody was predicting for them. I love to be wrong.
Yeah.
And forgive me for coughing in the mic, but Wavy proved me wrong in series number 1, and I gotta shout out the champ, because what we saw was a brilliant display of teamsmanship. It was more than just an individual effort. When you get to see that on this level, it's very, very special. One other thing I will mention, hey, Spooky Bash is coming up. Make sure around that Halloween time you come back for the next one of these Immortal Progressive Bundle Bashes, because, hey, I might have a bunch of grapes and dress up like a duck walked up to a lemonade stand.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there at all. We can talk about this later, and we will figure out how that's going to go. But yes, as Kendo mentioned, that will end it here. Congrats again to Team Wavy. They are your champions here for the third event of the year for the Mortals Progressive Bundle Bash. Shout out to, obviously, TSM Wavy, Kennesaw State's Curry, and as well Syracuse University's Gavilan. But again, that's going to do it. As your host, it has been a pleasure to be able to guide all of you through this weekend, and we're going to have to wait until next time to see each other again. October 24th through the 27th is going to be the pre-Halloween Spooky Bundle Bash, as well as if you want more collegiate action, you'll be able to see some of these captains and a lot of these players in the Summer Series Championship starting Friday, August 2nd at 8 p.m. EST on this channel. So if you're not already followed, you make terrible decisions, and I don't want to know you. So if you would like to be friends with all of us, drop a follow. We will see you next time. Thank you so much for tuning to the Bundle Bash, and until next time, have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Hey, look at this.
What?
Saved nearly $750.
With that kind of money, we could fly south.
Except we don't migrate.
No, I'm talking actually fly. Sit back, relax, maybe work on my novel, and I won't forget the little birds out there. Actually, yes, I will.
Wow, money changed you.
Just keeping it real. Do people still say that?
Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds to spend on whatever you dream up.
Flicking the ball is a very important fundamental skill within Rocket League. It allows you to quickly move the ball past your opponents at high speed without having to hit the ball with your car moving quickly. There are many ways to flick the ball, and it's useful especially in 1v1 situations. From side flip flicks to the classic musty flick, certain flicks range in different levels of difficulty. Here are the basics to have you flicking the ball in no time. Get the ball on top of your car. You want to be comfortable dribbling and moving with the ball in your car before learning flicks. Make sure that the car and the ball are moving at the same speed. Position the ball on the front third of your car, right around the windshield area, so you can maintain speed without losing the ball. Jump while tilting forward, then do a forward front flip. This will launch the ball off the top of your car in the direction you flip. Once you have the basic forward flicks down, you can begin to learn side flicks and other useful flicks to pass defenders and send the ball downfield. Fake flicks are also very useful to juke defenders in 1v1 situations. The possibilities are endless, which makes the flick one of the most important mechanics in Rocket League. So load up a free play and get to work.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah. Oh man, would you look at me? You're just another one-hit wonder. That's what everyone sees. Ain't it funny how you wanna be the best, but you can't even get up and get dressed? Wasted, face it, you're never gonna make it. Rockstar, you won't get far. And I know you're confused. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be. Wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Oh man, what a lie, what a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield, 1974. I think I'm going insane. I'm feeling crazy. Can't get it out of my head. Oh no, if the devil inside takes hold, then I just might wind up dead. Wasted, face it, you're never gonna be the one. Rockstar, you won't get far, but at least you had fun. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, a king or a queen, as long as you got a dream. Oh no, it's a lot, they just wanna take your life, try to tell you it's a battlefield. People tell you you can be anything you wanna be, wanna go to outer space, superhero in the streets. Oh man, what a lie, what a time to be alive. How have I survived? Life's a battlefield, 1974. Serpents, daydream. I bite, you call me lovely. Got a sweet tooth. I'm gonna get the sugar from you. When they say I'm a machine gun, I take it as a compliment. Honey, you should know I can be a weapon. we stayed the same. I got way too many thoughts in my brain. I got memories that run through my veins. I'm not one to blame, but I could point out every way that you change. Some things stay up while others go right down the drain. And lately we've been going down in flames. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm honest, I get in my feels when I want you. Say you feel it too, I'll haunt you. Hold on till I'm lost in nirvana. But if I'm my therapist is saying that I should. I don't believe her, but I really wish I could. Instead, I guess I'll stay misunderstood.